Pleases you, with your leave. With your leave.
Well, yes, you may do so.
Mr. Speaker, thank you once again for the leave granted me to comment on your communication you just delivered. Mr. Speaker, you underscored your submissions with a very important point, that the matter that came before us has interpretation reliefs, and that you do not have the power to interpret the Constitution, and that your duty is to enforce. Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, you are not listening to me.
Mr. Speaker, may I finish with respect?
All what you said are wrong, so
Mr.
I
Speaker,
cannot continue to allow you to keep on misleading the House.
Mr. Speaker, please, if you think that this is your house and you didn't want us to talk, so Mr. Speaker, we should have.
Honourable Majority Leader, you are addressing the Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, you may. Please. I need your protection. They must stop what they are doing.
I am in charge.
Mr. Speaker, then they may be quiet.
Please.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, in your ruling, my understanding was to the effect that your duty is not to interpret the Constitution. My understanding was to the effect that your duty is not to interpret the Constitution. But, Mr. Speaker, it is important for me to emphasize one more time that when the statement was made by my respected colleague, Dr. Kesil Atufosin, I did draw the attention of the House, including your good self, to the effect that the matter being a very grave matter, I have taken it upon myself to seek the court's interpretation of the matter. Mr. Speaker, indeed. Mr. Speaker, I think
Honourable members, please,
Mr. Speaker,
let's listen
I think I deserve some respect.
Let's listen to each other. Please.
No, I think it is only fair.
Honourable Majority Leader, please address me. I'm taking care of that. Please,
Mr.
let's
Speaker,
listen to each other.
I did indicate that I have filed a process at the Supreme Court. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, the bailiff of the court had attempted to serve the process on the Director of Legal Affairs, and the Director of Legal Affairs and the entire legal directorate refused service because, according to them, there was a circular stating that they can only be served on Mondays. I saw the circular myself. Subsequent to that, I, as hearing the intention of Mr. Speaker to come to a determination in one way or the other, the directed service, which is within my rights. Mr. Speaker, yesterday, Parliament was duly served.
Honourable Member, please, I didn't want to interrupt you, but you are the Majority Leader and the leader of this House. As at the time you were directing service yourself, you took the trouble of coming to Parliament with two persons who are alleged to be bailiffs and went to the legal office to yourself, directing officials of the legal office to receive the service. You are a member of Parliament. I am the Speaker. It is my duty to protect your privileges and immunities. In doing so, I had a discussion with the Chief Justice, and we came to an understanding that in the meantime, the Chief Justice issued a directive as to how service of members of parliament, some officers of parliament, and the speaker could be effected. I communicated this to the House and discussed it with you, the leaders. We said that as we go along, we will together, Parliament and the judiciary, particularly led by the Supreme Court, come out with a legislation on this issue of privileges and immunities of Parliament, members of Parliament, and specified officials of Parliament. We discussed this. Based on this discussion, the Chief Justice issued a directive to all registries of courts in the country. And it is stated clearly there that the Speaker can be served on Mondays during working hours. There were reasons why we came to those agreements. You are aware of it. Yet you kept on insisting that service be effected whilst the Speaker was presiding over the proceedings of the House. You, as leader of the House, as majority leader, you are saying that this was service because you threw the court processes on the table and walked away? Is that how you effect service? Please, to quote the common parlance, don't go there.
With respect, for the past 12 years, I have accorded you every respect, and I'll continue to do that. Mr. Speaker, the facts you put out are not true. Mr. Speaker, these are credibility issues, so I will respond for the record. Mr. Speaker, somebody has told you something. Mr. Speaker, you reserve the right to be there to make your point. Let me make my point too. Mr. Speaker, no way. Mr. Speaker, no way. Mr. Speaker, whoever told you, Mr. Speaker, whoever told you that I threw a paper at somebody, this has to do with my credibility. I will not allow hands.
You know, Honorable Member, you don't listen at all.
Mr. Speaker, I do.
I never said you.
Mr. Speaker, you said
I never said you threw a paper at anybody.
Mr. Speaker,
I never said that.
That's exactly what you said. Let the answer check it. Mr. Speaker, that is what you said.
You are being carried away by your anger. You are not listening.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not angry.
Honorable Member. Honorable Member.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not angry.
I said the court process was thrown on the table in the office. I never stated it was thrown by you at any person.
Mr. Speaker, you said I allegedly said some bailiffs. Alleged bailiffs.
No.
Mr. Speaker, then clarify.
Please.
Mr. Speaker,
listen to me.
Mr. Speaker, listen.
Honorable Majority Leader, I don't want to proceed to make some orders. Please, resume your seat. I'm very serious about that.
Mr. Speaker,
please, resume your seat. Honorable Member, your
coming events cast their shadows. We have Parliament now, elect with the executive.
Please, let's listen to each other.
I did interest. We will continue to compel the Speaker to follow due process. We record Parliament. He has come to illegally adjourn Parliament Synod without engaging us, knowing that there was chaos. There was chaos in the chamber. And he knew that the right thing to do was to engage us and to get the NDC to sit on his left. He refused to do that. So we would compel Parliament to sit and for the right government business to be transacted. we are going to do it. We will not allow the Speaker to have his way. He's not a member of Parliament. The Speaker is not a member of Parliament. He presides over Parliament. We, the members of Parliament, determine the business of Parliament. So we'll recall Parliament again. I'm saying that we'll recall Parliament. We'll recall Parliament. We'll recall Parliament.
This Parliament expires on the 6th of January 2025. So we have time.
Let's see what happens.
Yes, we will continue to compel this. So what's the time? What's the time? Majority caucus that Mr. Speaker made some pronouncement on the floor of the House, which resulted in the NDC minority caucus proclaiming themselves to be the so-called new majority. Speaker subsequently, at a pre-sitting meeting, after the Supreme Court has stayed his ruling, said to us as leadership that he has not declared the NDC as the majority. Neither has he expressed a constitutional opinion on those 4 individuals, and that what he did amounted to an opinion that he expressed on the statement by Honorable Kesil Atufose. At the said pre-sitting meeting, I, on behalf of my colleagues, the majority, inquired from Mr. Speaker whether our friends who were seated to his right would be allowed by him to sit there, because that was not their rightful place, in view of his own admission that he had not proclaimed them as such nor declared them as such. Speaker responded that indeed sitting arrangement of Parliament was a responsibility of the clerk to Parliament. This took me to the next step of inquiring from the clerk whether he allowed the NDC minority to sit on our seats. He said, indeed, we had our name tags, that is the MPP majority, had their name tags at those seats that we already occupied, and that it was not he who did that. So obviously, one was expecting Mr. Speaker to direct the NDC to do the right thing. He refused. Subsequently, Mr. Speaker engaged the Council of State, or perhaps let me say the Council of State held meetings with Mr. Speaker as a majority leader and leader of government business and leader of the House. I had the opportunity to also meet with them. The understanding I had from the meeting as a sequel to the meeting they had already held with Mr. Speaker was to the effect that Mr. Speaker will direct the NDC minority to sit at their right place, which is the left of Mr. Speaker. That was the understanding I had. I subsequently had a call from the Peace Council. The Peace Council informed me that they had engaged Mr. Speaker on the issue before Parliament, and Mr. Speaker had indeed indicated to the Peace Council that he had not ruled, neither has he proclaimed the NDC minority, and that should we resume or should Parliament reconvene, the NDC minority will go back to their seats. Several other prominent Ghanaians, who for some good reasons I would not want to mention their names, who had engaged Speaker on this matter, had also reached out to us, the majority caucus, and assured us that Mr. Speaker's engagement with them resulted in he admitting that indeed there was no such ruling, which ruling would now proclaim the NDC as a so-called new majority. Now, from the horse's own mouth, granted that all these prominent people misrepresented to us, the majority. Yesterday, Mr. Speaker himself, in his press conference in the afternoon, enumerated a number of things. Among them, he said he had not made a ruling. He told the whole of the country that he had not made a ruling. So, if he claims that what he did was a formal communication in response to a statement from the minority leader, then why is he supervising chaos in the House? What Mr. Speaker did today amount to supervising chaos and bringing the image of democracy to disrepute. The Council of State reached out to me again that they have spoken to Mr. Speaker, and Mr. Speaker concedes that he has not made a ruling and that the NDC will move to their own seat. He gave them the assurance. Council of State communicated that to us. We said, okay, if in all of these Mr. Speaker decides to resign, what should I do? I should go and sit on the minority seat? Spiritually, it's not even good. You have 3 weeks to election. I should go and sit on minority. Is that my seat? I won't dare sit there. I will never do it. I will never do it. That's not my rightful place. I should go to minority. Spiritually, make myself a minority person. No. And bind my colleagues. We won't do that. No MPP person will do that. In any event, we were privy to certain things that we cannot make public. That if our colleagues had entered the chamber to attempt to enforce their right, perhaps we wouldn't be here. So in fact, we are decent-minded people. Yes. We respect the courts. We respect the law. Our doors are open to Mr. Speaker's call. I repeat, our doors are open to Mr. Speaker's call. Political decisions are for common sense approach. We believe in a common sense approach in solving this. And the common sense approach is for Mr. Speaker to direct the NDC side to go back to their seats. The Council of State reached out to me again that they have spoken to Mr.
Napo Bauya ticket. Napo Bauya ticket is a perfect one for you. Napo Bauya ticket is a perfect one for you. Napo Bauya ticket is a perfect one for you.
It's a perfect one for me. It's a perfect one for me. How much I got the idea? Already the other night, how much I got? How much I got in the other? What did you observe? Was there a perfect one for me? Or guys are good at the as well.
It's a winning ticket.
It's a winning ticket, sure. It's a winning ticket. It's an excellent ticket. The perfect ticket.
Ruling, but that didn't go in his favor, and now we've gotten to the point where the Supreme Court is expected to give some final ruling. Yeah.
I will continue to correct you. Stop misreporting. I am the majority leader. Don't say, no, say it. You've been saying it consistently, and I've been correcting you. The court has pronounced. Stop describing me as leader of MPP caucus. You should know better.
So, Nana, there you have it. Alexander Penyomaki, I'm clearly not happy with the description, with the description that's been widely reported in the media as leader of the MPP caucus. According to him, he still remains the majority leader, and there's been no set project. There's been no set. Yeah, but yeah.
Young man, wait. For the purpose of education, the speaker made a pronouncement. The court has ruled. You have lawyers at City. I don't know your experience in reporting, but once a court has made a pronouncement to restore the status quo, don't say that I am saying. You, as a reporter, there has been 2 rulings confirming that. So don't continue to describe me as leader of MPP caucus. Is that okay? Don't tell the public that I am claiming and that you don't know what it is. Unless you don't know why you are doing court reporting.
I know why I'm doing court reporting.
No. So can you clarify?
Yeah, but I've mentioned it clearly in previous reports and in subsequent reports that you are the leader of the MPP caucus of the House. And even the Speaker of Parliament, you know... So, Nana, clearly, Alexander Penyomaki interrupting my report here, clearly raising issues, not too happy ruling, but that didn't go in his favor. And now we've gotten to the point where the Supreme Court is expected to give some final ruling. Yeah.
I will continue to correct you. Stop misreporting. I am the majority leader. Don't say, no, say it. You've been saying it consistently, and I've been correcting you. The court has pronounced. Stop describing me as leader of MPP caucus. You should know better.
So, Nana, there you have it. Alexander Penyumaki, I'm clearly not happy with the description, with the description that's been widely reported in the media as leader of the MPP caucus. According to him, he still remains the majority leader, and there's been no set project. There's been no set. Young
man, wait. For the purpose of education, the speaker made a pronouncement. The court has ruled. You have lawyers at City. I don't know your experience in reporting, but once a court has made a pronouncement to restore the status quo, don't say that I am saying. You, as a reporter, there has been 2 rulings confirming that. So don't continue to describe me as leader of MPP caucus. Is that okay? Don't tell the public that I am claiming and that you don't know what it is. Unless you don't know why you are doing court reporting.
I know why I'm doing court reporting.
No. So can you clarify?
Yeah, but I've mentioned it clearly in previous reports and in subsequent reports that you are the leader of the MPP caucus of the House. And even the Speaker of Parliament, you know... So, Nana, clearly, Alexander Penyumaki interrupting my report here, clearly.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to inform you that tomorrow, December 7, 2024, Kodio will deploy 4,000 observers nationwide. These observers will comprise the following: polling station stationary observers, that's Kodio Rapid Response Observers. There will be 3,401 Rapid Response Observers who will observe the polls at a representative sample of polling stations spread throughout the 276 constituencies across the 16 regions of the country. This number includes 1,500 parallel voter tabulation observers, as a PVT, observers deployed to a statistically representative sample of polling stations, and 1,000 youth observers. The stationary observers will observe the election at the assigned polling stations.
Awawa Juma no ye o Nyame woda se wuji nudia obeya mawuda eya wawe Juma no ye o Nyame woda se wuji nudia obeya mawuda.
Bigger margin that we did in 2016.
This year?
Yes.
Hey, miracles.
No,
yeah, record you.
Oh, Obi, me na me catch your trot to what me say we are winning greater. Yeah, and this is one more year campaign on social media. I'm telling you, I'm going to offer Obi. Me ba Obi. Mo from a microphone. Oh, I don't TV for the mic call Makola. I want the manica, you know. Saturday, I call to do one woman, no, how many greater cra? To do man, a greater cra no more. And I went home. Me say, gentleman who tweet and I say, oh, who the microphone call a man who was Makola, who mean I say, Dr. Mahmoud Bamia. Now, so I said, you talk about Twitter. Obi, Twitter, nipa bako account where 5. Or no call.
I know a lot of people stayed up all night to be listening to the election results. And yes, I spoke about it, I prophesied about it. The same way God has been speaking to me over the years, He spoke to me. But the opposite occurred. The Bible says that let God be true and let all men be liars. I saw right, I heard right, but the opposite had occurred. And so there is nothing I can do, and I can say it's very interesting that in our walk with God, there are times that you feel you know him so much, you have come to a place, and he always starts and redefines himself to you. And personally, I think that physically it is difficult to explain, because the same way I've been hearing God speak was the same way I heard him speak. But for those of you who have followed me over the years, you know that most of the things that he uses me to say come to pass. And so I will not give the blame to God. God is true and every man is a liar. When it comes to God, I would prefer to be the liar for God to be the true one. But that doesn't end it all. Tell your neighbor, it doesn't end it. We emami mejain kom sheshe. We nebe mama koshem kompaye. And I think I've known God so much, and I'm not the first prophet who has encountered this. Isaiah encountered it, Jehoshaphat encountered it, and so in life, that is how it is. God at times will have to let everybody know that you are human and he's God. Regardless of how much God uses me, I am man and God is God. And so let us get it right. God never made a mistake. If there was any mistake, I was the one who made a mistake. And I'm human, and that's not the first time. But there is something so strong in my heart that says that he knows what he is doing. And I may not understand it, you may not understand it, but I believe that he never gets it wrong. Tell about 5 people that God never gets it wrong. Oh, you can. I said tell 5 people. You can't be sitting down and telling 5 people. I know a lot of people stayed up all night to be listening to the election results. And yes, I spoke about it. I prophesied about it. The same way God has been speaking to me over the years, he spoke to me. But the opposite occurred. The Bible says that let God be true and let all men be liars. I saw right, I heard right, but the opposite had occurred. And so there is nothing I can do, and I can say it's very interesting that in our walk with God, there are times that you feel you know him so much, you have come to a place, and he always starts and redefines himself to you. And personally, I think that physically it is difficult to explain, because the same way I've been hearing God speak was the same way I heard him speak. But for those of you who have followed me over the years, you know that most of the things that he uses me to say come to pass. And so I will not give the blame to God. God is true and every man is a liar. When it comes to God, I will prefer to be the liar for God to be the true one. But that doesn't end it all. Tell your neighbor, it doesn't end it. We emami mejain kom sheshe. We nebe mama koshem kompaye. And I think I've known God so much, and I'm not the first prophet who has encountered this. Isaiah encountered it, Jehoshaphat encountered it, and so in life, that is how it is. God at times will have to let everybody know that you are human and he's God. Regardless of how much God uses me, I am man and God is God. And so let us get it right. God never made a mistake. If there was any mistake, I was the one who made a mistake. And I'm human, and that's not the first time. But there is something so strong in my heart that says that he knows what he is doing. And I may not understand it, you may not understand it, but I believe that he never gets it wrong. Tell about 5 people that God never gets it wrong. Oh, you can. I said tell 5 people. You can't be sitting down and telling 5 people. I know a lot of people stayed up all night to be listening to the election results. And yes, I spoke about it.
I'm telling you, make it on the well. I'll leave the country. Hey, lawyer, someone can move you. Make me see. My platform also. Eso. Me see, Mama Winia. Me ko Togo.
It has been a very, very interesting one. And I want to thank all of you, those who are here, those who are not here. I want to thank all of them for their good wishes, for their prayers, for their contributions in many, many ways, and for bringing all of us to this site. All I have to say is thank you very much. Thank you very much for everything you have done. And whatever you did, as our chairman has said, the fun is over, the work is about to begin. And as we journey together, we need to realize that we have to move forward also together. Again, I want to thank you. My nomination has many, many implications. You know, normally, no one even expects you to err in any way. If this will happen, and we know it will happen, it means all of us are on board. The victory is for all of us, but especially for our daughters, for our youth, for our women. I know this is a big responsibility, and I don't intend to travel this journey by myself. You are all part of it. NDC is an inclusive party, and we are demonstrating it in many ways. My job was to have opened the door, and it doesn't end there. Actually, that is where the work began. I will hold the door open. The method of opening the door, the method of holding the door open, so others wish to travel that door, is what I'm implying. It is not a self-aggrandizing position.
There is much to do to salvage our country and reset it. It would have to start with a reset of the relationship between citizens and elected officials. We must never forget that the people of Ghana have chosen us to represent their wishes and their best interests. It is the reason we would be initiating important governance reforms and sometimes initiate severe measures in the next 4 years to reset our nation and bring it back on track as the Black Star of Africa. The journey is not going to be easy, my brothers and sisters, because the outgoing government has plunged our dear nation into an abyss. However, we are determined to work together with you to build the Ghana we want. No matter what office you hold,
no matter what your political affiliation is or has been in the past, the one thing we share in common is the nation Ghana.
Hello?
Hello, please, is it the MPP headquarters?
Yes.
Thank God. Me patrol me joining mo bus and echo na rungu se me kotoa, but bus na tuwe jami. And now see me from no send me keska.
Navrungu.
Yes, please.
Hold on. Hold on, while me check here there. Nabrongo on.
Me pachani.
Nabrongo results of one at the mine. Kay kumasi kura kamicha umomo. Madam. Yana nanti bro. Nanti bro why? Na ba fun mo ko tone wo no ya provide buses amamo. Ya mamo movie 100 cedis, 500 cedis above for car. Na mo ko to aba. Uko wa ko da boyfriend o. Wa ko to aba no. Na ba za to eja o. Please, Nancy Brown.
Please, it is not possible.
It is possible.
It is not possible.
Mr. Nancy, they are possible.
It is not possible. It is not possible. Oh.
Waka. Oh. Madam Waka, why? It is possible to walk from Navrongo to Accra. Waka.
Oh. It is not possible.
Mom ya say kase ya dia mamo to mo go to aba mo ko ye ya cha mo ma li dia mo ni anwo de ma mo nyina yi mo baba mo.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our joy, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirty, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. Inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that There are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Right, hello, good morning and welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Guess what? Today is Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. Okay, day of December 2024. By His grace, we're alive and we're here. We're yet another edition of the show. Our gratitude will go to Most High God for the rare privilege of being alive and, of course, the opportunity of having another conversation around the top stories making rounds here in our dear Republic. I'll let you into our panel for the morning's conversation shortly. But let's take a look at the front pages of our newspapers. Daily Graphic. Transition team probes last-minute deals, payments, recruitments involved. Addressing economic challenges, new government needs solid team, experts. Handover notes ready for next government, Administrator General. Student stabs teacher in the eye. NAT demands justice for victim. Major General Anita Asma gets UN appointment. Congratulations. The Ghanaian Times. I will work closely with the international community. President-elect Mahama. NDC transition team expresses concern over last-minute recruitment and payments. Korea supports World Food Program with $5 million to cushion drought-affected families in Ghana. 500,000 business names, 5,000 companies to be removed from ORC list December 31. Daily Guide. 14 Damongo NDC boys in court caged. Lawyer drags special prosecutor to CJ. No major post-election incident in 24 hours. Police. Goma Chirako accident claims 3 lives, 20 in critical condition. The outgoing NPP MPs and their replacements. 2 Chinese, Ghanaian, Galamseyers attempt plea bargain. New Weekend Crusading Guide. Mobocracy cannot replace democracy, never. Michael Kwe Jr. blets as he heads for High Court over Dom Kwabenya parliamentary election. Ejura Sechodumasi MPP PC calls on IGP to deal with lawless NDC hooligans. Facts storm Adamus mines, destroy properties. AICC to host parliamentary session. Commonwealth Observer Group thumbs up security measures for 7 December elections. Roman father congratulates Mahama and NDC. Retraction and apology to Roberta Ama Nochi Edwards. The Insight. EC officials to be sacked. Kofi Adams. China-Africa relations deepens as China rallies support for Africa's technological development by offering scholarships to Ghanaian students. Renegotiating Ghana's IMF program, a path to economic recovery. We could barely reach orgasm during Akufo-Addo's era. Woman shares cheeky comment on NDC victory. More jobs and no nuisance taxes. Ghanaians great expectations of new Mahama government. The Informer. Arrogance of power. Mahama boy threatens CID boss with dismissal. Election 2024 defeat. NPP needs open surgery. Okay, said open heart surgery to rebuild and heal wounds. NPP MP. Don't abuse parliamentary majority. Domelevo tells Mahama. Aftermath 2024 elections. Isudanaba advises citizens. Don't depend on your parties. Corruption allegation. I suffered under Akufo-Addo. Chumbuafo asserts after NDC's victory. Akufo-Addo Mahama urged patriotism and accountability in transition process. The Inquisitor. When it is coming, please men write to Mahama about Dampare's activities. NDC refused to relieve the pain of 2020 elections. Omani Boama. We will emerge stronger. Napo's letter to Ghanaians after NPP's loss. Sharing of freebies failed NPP at Adenta. Ebi Bright and the Tema Central history. The Herald. HAP tells 259 million cedis claims sparks controversy at ECG. $53 million funding pledge for Bogosu Prestia mines, but Jenapol's ministry refuses. Opt for 10,000 Ghana cedis company. Napo snubs Akufo-Addo in post-election message. Gampa rector's reappointment stirs trouble. Outgoing council renews tenure 10 months ahead. Immigration Service boss accused of political promotions ahead of his departure. The Daily Statesman. Our democracy under threat from NDC. Majority Leader laments. NPP will draw lessons from election and re-strategize. Parliament reconvenes on Monday. Ghana on track to revise growth projection. The Daily Searchlight. Controversy from the beginning. Mahama jumps into bitter China-Taiwan divide. Act on galamsey/environmental concerns during transitional period. Eco-conscious citizens. Osi Adebayo calls for stakeholders' engagement amidst Oda markets allocation brouhaha. Vivo Energy Ghana inspires next generation at Accra Girls Senior High School through She Power. The Ghanaian publisher. NDC behind threats on EC and MPP officials. Afenyo Makin. I declared Tema Central result under duress. Electoral officer. GRA not auctioning any vehicle. Useless vehicle recovered. 17 more arrested. The custodian. NDC unleashed tax on EC and MPP. Afenyo Makin decries. Tema Central cities for NPP. EC officer. Please arrest 123 persons over post-election violence and looting. NPP regains Akwetia seat. Ghana's industrial sector growth hits 7.6%. Daily Post. Last-minute recruitments, payments intercepted by Mahama transition team. Felix Kwachu-Ofosu. Wage Agbawe. EC's returning officer steals victory from NDC's PC for NPP's PC. Our probe election-related deaths. Mahama. The Catholic Standard. Deal with troublemakers decisively. Bishops. Economic reforms will enable Ghanaians meet basic needs. President Mahama. Gentleness, respect, more effective than arguments. Ghanaians urged to participate actively in nation building. Catholic Church lauded for quality health delivery. Editorial, December 7 elections. What a way to entrench our democratic governance. And the Catholic Standard reminds all that it has for sale the 2025 calendar. So if you check out the front page, it has the numbers that you can contact for both wholesale and retail. That's the calendar, the Catholic calendar, 2025. All right, so that's about it. For the front pages, we'll be back shortly.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
Good business means seeing the possibilities and maximizing opportunities. Making sure you have a responsive support system backs your business goals. A partner that gives you a stable platform with reliable connectivity and seamless solutions, and better understands the tools required to take you to the next level. With so many moving parts in running a business, we do our best to provide you with some stability. The only kind of stability you can find with MTN Business Broadband, the fastest and most reliable internet provider in Ghana, making sure you stay ahead and stay connected, because we understand what makes your business tick.
Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111.
MTN.
Look around. Home also need a makeover. Mine clearly does. So we went to Ashford and found the Como collection. It had everything we're looking for and more. Merchant furniture for the entire home, designed with you in mind.
Where's Como collection? Dressing up is just a breeze. Always ready with a perfect accessory.
A magic dressing mirror. One look and you're ready to face the world. Or at least the kids.
A bed perfect for young men who want
a table that turns into a treasure chest.
And finally, a sofa with this grand TV unit for family time at home.
Head over to any Ashford store now and discover the new Como collection. Ashford, feel it, know it. Here's Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver. Win, even if your bet misses.
Hey, what's up?
How far with your intention?
To be honest, I'm so nervous about starting this new role on Monday.
Oh, please. I know you'll be great at it. You should be worried about what benefits they have. Example, do they have health insurance?
I doubt they will have that for internet. But no shaking. I have NHIS already.
Actually, I'm on a line.
Ina, look at you. What are you going to do in the office when you can just download the app to register for an NHIS membership?
Yes, my people. You heard right. You can now download and register your membership on my NHIS app. No long queues or tedious paperwork. All you need is your Ghana card to register for yourself and for others. Once you register, you get a new digital NHIS card on your phone. My NHIS app gives you access to credentialed health facilities and services across the country. NHIS covers over 95% of disease conditions in Ghana. Access to healthcare just got easier.
Now let me sign up quickly. Please, Seth, I'm starting work next month.
This is Coastal Park, a well-demarcated gated community carved out to host your residential and commercial properties. With a minimum of 40,000 Ghana cedis, you too can own a piece of the serene site.
It's just 50 minutes drive from the Central University College, as well as just some 5 minutes drive from the Ningo Senior High School. More so, just in case you live somewhere in Adam and you want to take that excursion to many of those areas along the Volta estuary, this is the right property for you to invest in.
Great news from Estate Masters Limited. We're running a 10% discount promo on all sites to celebrate our 10th year anniversary. Join in the celebration by becoming an Estate Master. Enjoy benefits such as free site visits throughout the duration, free indenture, and free site plan. Contact us for more information. Remember, T's and C's apply. Estate Masters Limited, your most preferred estate partner.
Customer, I don't know who to say.
Malaria been actually me, man. No more drown, man. Still.
One of them give us.
Give us a solid.
Yeah. Sorry. But what's so here? Give us here and turn down.
What's a good answer? But for me to give us here and turn down.
Give us about me, sir.
Me patron and turn down.
Customer. Give us that down.
Onuya kayo oba wa fa furo nom de o ma ne bonu fo nom akwada wa ni fie dumie no ono so no.
Here's Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver. Win, even if your bet misses.
Ho! Christmas is in the air. It all starts at Electoral. Get amazing gift vouchers worth up to 5,000 Ghana cedis, plus incredible discount of up to 60% on all your favorite electronics, from smart TVs to washing machines, refrigerators, mobiles, laptops, and more. Get the best deals on all big brands like LG, Brew, Samsung, Philips, Orient, Infinix, Tecno, Tamashi, Pico, Itel, HP, and many more. Call or WhatsApp us on 0552 777 777-905. Celebrate Christmas full with goodies only at Electromart, your world of electronics.
A home is never complete without the warmth of family, the assurance of security, and the joy of shared moments. Whether you are returning home from abroad or seeking a new beginning, Rehoboth Havens Ayimensa is where your journey truly begins. Discover the perfect balance of modern living and natural beauty with flexible installment plans available to make your dream home a reality. Our 2 and 3 bedroom houses offer spacious interiors, elegant designs, and all the comfort your family needs. Experience a lifestyle of convenience, progress, and security. Each home is crafted with care, ensuring your family enjoys every moment. Rehoboth Havens is more than just a gated estate. It's a vibrant community. From safe playgrounds to serene surroundings, it's the perfect place for families to thrive. Join a growing community that values safety, comfort, and affordable housing. Your future starts here. Rehoboth Havens, where your housing dream becomes a reality. Visit www.rehobothsocialhousing.com to learn more. There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. With Buy Now, Pay Later with Sun Metro, you can now buy a sleek and trendy smartphone and enjoy the luxury of paying in convenient weekly or monthly installment plans. All you have to do is to walk into any of MTN's service centers to choose your favorite from a wide range of mobile phones on offer. The best part is all phones come with up to 2 gigabytes free data, so you can share your pictures and get all the biggest scoops online for the first 6 months after purchase. Go on, share the exciting news with your family and friends and stay connected on the smart side of life with MTN and Sun Metro. Right. So with me on the show this morning, I have the Vice Chairman of Baumia 2024, Nana Akumia. Nana, good morning.
Morning, right.
Also with me on the show this morning is the son of man, the Member of Parliament for the Northern constituency, who is also MP-elect for the same constituency. He's the chairman of the Government Assurances Committee. Okay, so he has some 25 days to do with assurances. I don't know what he will do to people who don't appear before his committee. But Samuel Okujato Ablakwa, the son of man, is here with us on the show. Good morning, Sammy.
Hi, good morning, Doc.
Good to see you. You know, interestingly, I have not bothered to check out the result of Norton.
Oh, you haven't?
Yes, I have not. In terms of the actual figures and percentages, I haven't bothered.
We got the widest victory margin in the whole of Ghana.
Okay, so what was it this time?
93.12%.
Why is it a radio frequency?
Remember in 2020, we got the widest victory margin.
Yes.
But that was 89.7%.
Okay.
And then we set a new target. President-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, was in Northton to launch Operation 94%. You know, people thought that.
So that was your target.
People thought we were being overly ambitious. Yeah, but we virtually achieved that target, 93.12%. And let me use this opportunity to extend deepest gratitude to the chiefs and people of my beloved North Tongue. We have 6 traditional areas, and every single polling station, the 158 polling station, we swept all of them. The 6 traditional areas, all the paramountcies have worked cordially with me. Bator traditional area, Mefe traditional area, Dofo traditional area, the Fujoku traditional area, Togome traditional area, and Volu traditional area. I want to extend warmest regards to all the paramount chiefs, the paramount queens, and all the sub-chiefs, the youth, the women, everybody who made this landslide victory possible. I did promise that the best performing polling station will receive a special prize and then and a new community project. And the people of Klamadaboy, so I'll be with them.
Klamadaboy?
Yes.
Well, they give you 100%?
They gave me almost 99%. Yeah. And 0 rejected ballot. And that is a very remote village. And so we'll be doing a special project for them. It's really been a humbling victory.
Your constituency, apart from NDC and MPP, they didn't give anybody any vote?
Yeah, because they all didn't file parliamentary candidates. Okay. So we're only 2. Okay. We're only 2. It was only NDC and MPP. And the presidential was also resounding, 92.8%, really massive. And so it's really a testament of the relationship we have, how we work together, how we remain loyal to each other, how we support each other. I have, as you know, never abandoned the constituency, always there for them, serving them diligently. The strategy is always to under-promise and over-deliver, and make sure that in their time of need, you never forsake them. You are always advocating for them. You are always championing their cause.
Has Nana's protege reached out to you?
No, I haven't heard from him. I haven't heard from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both of them are proteges.
Okay. But in this context, you know who I'm referring to? Your client's son.
Both of them are proteges.
Okay. So your client's son.
But one of them is in my party.
Okay. So that's your client's son.
The other one is not in my party.
Okay.
But both of them are
your proteges. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. So let me use this opportunity to not only thank the good people of North Tongue, but also to assure them, as they say, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Right.
When you are given such an overwhelming mandate, your performance must also be overwhelming, and you must really deliver beyond what you have done in time past. So I give them that full assurance. And having said that about North Tongue, if you permit me, let me also come to the national level and thank the good people of Ghana. Going into this election, it was Ghana versus the MPP. And what we have achieved in this election, I know that the word unprecedented has become one of those often abused jargons. It's become quite a hackneyed expression, but it is in times like this that really unprecedented, historic, epic, can be used. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama must be really praised. He has achieved what is the greatest political comeback of all time, and he really deserves all the plaudits, all the accolades that he is receiving. But I say that this victory belongs to the Ghanaian people. The Ghanaian people rejected arrogance. The Ghanaian people rejected economic mismanagement. The Ghanaian people rejected corruption. The Ghanaian people roundly rejected state capture. The Ghanaian people have rejected intransigence, obstinance. The Akufo-Addo government has gone down in history as the worst government ever. Worst government. And the results show. I mean, you may have to go back probably to 1956, the July 1956 performance of the CPP to see anything like this. So far as our election outcomes are concerned, in the Fourth Republic, never seen anything like this. This is a total decimation, total massacre, total annihilation of the MPP. Ghana is virtually looking like a one-party state now, and it's all because of the bad governance that the Akufo-Addo government exhibited over the last 8 years. 13 out of 16 regions. I mean, it's incredible what has been achieved. And you come to Parliament, it's a slaughter. It's a massacre in Parliament. More than 2/3. The framers of our Constitution did not even envisage that a party, one party, can have more than 2/3. If you look at the current numbers of 276, 2/3 should be giving you about 184. And we've gone way beyond that. And the NDC now is really in total control of this country. The electoral map has been redrawn, and we can do so much with this power. And I have no doubt that the overwhelming
So
power
this is the
that we
electoral
have-
map of
Yeah,
Ghana.
the electoral map.
The new one.
It's all green now. All green. All green, apart from Northeast, Ashanti, Eastern. And Northeast was just a narrow
Marginal,
victory.
yeah.
Eastern was also marginal. Ashanti, our best performance so far, above 30%. So it's all green, all green. If you look at the number of seats we have won, even in Ashanti region, seats that we've never won before in Asukwa. I mean, who would have thought that the NDC will win all the Sunyani seats, Brekum, It's incredible. You come to Greater Accra, the seats that have never been
including Nana Akume's seat.
Yes. So it's really phenomenal. It's surreal. And we give glory to God. We give glory to God. This is certainly the doing of the Almighty. And it is marvelous. It is marvelous in our sight. We can only thank the Almighty. And I think that as we celebrate, we should even be more reflective. Because what this has demonstrated is that power really belongs to the people. And for those of us in the political class, when you are given power, you must make sure that you use that power in the interest of the people. When you are so obstinate, when you are intransigent, when you put the people through pain, through anguish, financial haircuts, debt restructuring, when you loot like there's no tomorrow, and I was reading Arthur Kennedy's epistle on the laws, his reflections on the MPP laws. He said, quote, "We lost because we spent 8 years looting public coffers, manifesting incompetence, displaying arrogance, and nurturing galamsey." Who can question Dr. Arthur Kennedy's analysis? Who can challenge this? How many times did we cry out loud against the blatant corruption, the blatant state capture? And President Akufo-Addo will not be bothered. He will do more, clear his agents. I mean, Doc, you have been following keenly all the exposés we have been putting out. I mean, look at National Cathedral, $58 million to dig a hole. The mindless recklessness. Look at the impunity with which state capture was going on, our SNIT hotels. And the president defended it. He saw nothing wrong. If organized labor, civil society, we all had not risen up and shut down this country, our SNIT hotels will have gone. See what has happened to so many people who have lost their properties. The Lomote Adote family. See what happened to GIS, our parks and gardens lands, prisons lands, judicial service lands. They're just looting like there's no tomorrow. Look at what happened in the infamous presidential daughters ambulance scandal. And those actors, those chief architects who think that they can be on the run, we'll get them. We'll get them. And it's interesting that the ambulance cabal did not even stay to vote. You know that the chief architects ran out of the country even before D-Day, before December 7. So this election results must be a lesson to those of us in the political class that when you are given power and you dissipate that goodwill with bad governance, with corruption, with state capture, with impunity, with arrogance, you will be punished. And this is the severest of punishments. Many people were wondering, why are Ghanaians so quiet? Why are Ghanaians tolerating? Apparently, Ghanaians had made up their mind, and they were just waiting patiently for December 7 to show the political class that you cannot get away with impunity, with corruption, with state capture, and with economic mismanagement. So I am sure that this will be a lesson to all of us. As I conclude, let me state, Doc, that I'm beginning to see that these lessons have been learned by the incoming NDC administration. Yesterday, I picked up very, very good news from the transition team, and I want to commend the transition team led by the Honorable Julius Debra. You know that they have decided that they will not accept per diems, they will not take even water, no tea at their meetings. They are working gratis. Everything they do is just sacrificial. They are not going to be a burden on the state. And they have formally communicated that to the MPP side of the transition. They've informed the Chief of Staff, the Honorable Frema Osei-Opare. So I want to salute our transition team. These are the things that we want to hear. These are the things we want to see. And that's what the Ghanaian people, public service is public service. It should be about improving the lot of the people, enhancing their welfare, not about self-aggrandizement, coming to feed fat whilst your people are impoverished, whilst you ruin the lives and livelihoods of the masses. So I want to salute our transition team. I really, really commend them for this decision they have taken. Clearly there will be no budget, there will be no expenditure for the work that they are doing. And that should be the spirit. That is what should guide us as we prepare to take over government.
Vice Chairman, what happened?
Well, what happened was that we lost the elections. That is not surprising. You either going to win or you lose, particularly any of the two big parties. And so the history is continuing. After every 8 years, you have what really surprised us was the scale of the loss. But otherwise, if you lose, you take it in stride and you go and re-strategize for the next election. So that's what happened. We lost. But the surprising thing is the margin. The conduct of the election itself Of course, there will be few places where there will be difficulties, delays in starting the voting and so on. But generally, everybody agrees that the conduct was very good. And you look at the reviews by all the international observers, they are praising the conduct of the election. So the Electoral Commission deserves commendation for the way that the election went last Saturday, and also the security. The IGP had made a policy direction that they were going to focus on de-escalation, so that they were going to be tolerant as much as possible, so that difficulties do not escalate in terms of the consequences. And so far, it looks like it's working, because some of the things that have happened, if you didn't have a policy like that, I'm sure the security reports would have been different. So the security too deserve commendation. The voters too, the few polling stations that I visited, the voters were calm, the voting was going on. There's a lot of camaraderie between the supporters of the different parties at the polling stations. I went to about 18 polling stations on that day. So the voters to the Ghanaian electorate deserve commendation for the way they conducted themselves. Even in places where, I went to 2 polling stations where as of 9 a.m., almost 10 a.m., the voting hadn't started. But the people were calm in the queue, and that was commendable. Somewhere in Bawi also, I think yeah, that's the place. The voting hadn't started as of 9:30 when I got there. But people were calm. My party's collation has been, fantastic. Joe Anoche and his gang of young men and women, they live up to expectation. So by 9:30 p.m. on that day, we knew clearly where the results were going because of the system that they had set up. And the system that had set up was giving real-time reports on the votes at the polling stations. And when it was around 2,500 polling stations, we were leading. That's about 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. We're in the lead. And at that time, they had reports from 2,500 or so polling stations. At the time, it got to about 8,900 and 9,000 polling stations. It had turned. And the percentages were increasingly coming in favor of John Mahama. And so by that time, we knew that it wasn't going to go our way, around 9:30 p.m. So the NPP coalition, they believe that they did the same in 2016 and 2020, and they've even improved upon it in 2024. And they also deserve commendation. We lost by, well, when you look at the raw results, you could see that about 2 million people who voted for NPP in the last elections did not vote for us in these elections. And we have to find out why. Obviously, they must be upset about something, the party and the government. But we need to drill down to find out why they were upset and wouldn't go to the polling stations to vote at all. We need to find that out.
Your mind on this, on just that point you raised. Okay. Now, I know that, and because you're vice chair, I know that the parties, especially MPP and DC, you invest a lot in research.
Yeah.
Now, was the research not pointing this out to you? This apathy, disgruntled people, disaffection, whether it's party, government, and all that, were the polls and the research we're conducting not pointing to this?
The research that we did, and we're doing monthly research, pointed to it. It's just the extent of it that we couldn't get. But it was pointing to it right from day one. In fact, the research that we did around February showed us that, showed us that John Mahama, in terms of the presidential, was leading by nearly 10 points.
Okay.
Yes. And then as we came, the campaign got underway and heated up. It kept reducing. And as of September, October, we knew that it had narrowed to a point where we had a good chance.
1 point?
Okay. I mean, in February, March, it was about 10. It was leading us by about 10 percentage points, which is quite alarming. I mean, but by September, October, it had come down to about 2. And so we're very confident.
Is that where your second round things came up?
Yes. We're very confident. There was a new momentum because of those. So we knew that there was a lot of apathy, a lot of disgruntlement among our supporters. But the extent, of course, the election is the best polling. And anything else would just be a projection and so on. So we knew that the monthly poll showed us clearly. And for a massive 2 million people to stay away, I mean, it's really massive. And we have to find out why. We can all guess at some of the likely reasons why the supporters or the voters who voted for us are upset. But we must go there and find out exactly why as we ready ourselves for the next election. The other thing that came up that was quite refreshing has been the Baumia's concession. And everybody has been full of praise for him. This never happened in the Fourth Republic, where a candidate, NPP or NDC, I'm not talking of the other parties, the candidates of the NPP or the NDC will concede even before the Electoral Commission has come out with any result. It's a record. We've all had difficulties with concession over the time. And this is a very refreshing, and I hope that it sets a trend for us. The other...
Didn't it have to do with the scale, the magnitude? And that, look, like you said, by dawn, it was pretty obvious that it was unassailable.
Yeah.
But
you've had elections, I mean, in 2016.
Yes.
We knew by 12 midnight that we had won the elections. And yet the NDC were telling us they were, what was the term?
A comfortable lead.
Even though I'm sure they knew, unless they didn't have anything to but they knew. So you've had those kind of situations where clearly the NDC had lost and they were still telling us they were in the lead and all of that. So it's very commendable. And you see, even before the Electoral Commission had even come out with anything. And then the other thing is the third parties. I mean, you get people expressing some enthusiasm that, hey, look at the rally they did, look at the work they did, go to Gen Z, all kinds of it. I could never understand that optimism, because the records show that third parties really do not have a place in a system of first past the post. And the record of third parties from the year 2000, the UGMs, which broke away from the NPP, the reforms, which broke away from the NDC, right up to the SD something, Obeta Samuel's party or something. 2005, a whole chairman of a party broke away and formed his own party. The Bebold people, what's their name? NDP. You can't even recognize the name. The Kunedu Ajiman. That's the only we can recognize, the Kunedu Ajiman parties and so on. And all the noise and the razzmatazz and the hula baloo. It didn't end anywhere. So when people will say, hey, I like Chairman Ting and the other guy of the bushy hair.
Nana Kwame.
Kwame. Nana Bidiako. He has some famous.
Cheddar.
That's the one I'm looking for. Is it cheese? Cheddar cheese or something?
I don't know.
And then people were going, hey, look at them, look at the rally they did, look at the walk. I'm like, these things, you won't get anywhere. And true, you look at the results, 0 point something. So even the third party, political parties, established political, like the CPP and so on, what did they get?
It looks like the independent third parties who do not have what you call a party structure perform better
than the political
parties who by law are supposed to have a national spread and representation.
Well, but it all talks to the fact that in the first past the post system, it's difficult for political parties to emerge.
People don't want to waste their votes.
No. I mean, even if you went outside Ghana, we've had this thing for how many years? Maybe 30 years. You go to America and so on, where it's also first past the post for over nearly 250 years. No third party has emerged. So I don't know why people believe that they can go the third party way and then do anything. It will not work. Rather join a political party. If I am I don't know what kind of disgruntlement with NPP will make me leave the party. Because you are not in the party because of some individual. So even if some individual's action is upsetting you, you are there for the party, not for some individual. So I can't see how I will leave the NPP for any reason. Because it's the party that I believe in, not anybody.
Unless you are sacked.
But I'm not going to do anything that would have me sacked. But I'm saying that even if you are so disgruntled against your party or for whatever reason, join another party. But this business of going as a third party, I can't imagine what is the thinking behind it. It will not work. You're just going to waste your money. And this election thing is damn expensive. Look at the chap that we're talking about. Look at the campaign, the billboards that he had over there. And I was astonished. I don't think the NDC and NPP will come anywhere near.
You mean cheddar?
Yes. It's a very expensive business. And to mount these billboards all over the country, it's a lot of money. And it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. The post-election violence...
You know, on this network, apart from NPP and NDC, is the only one who paid for adverts.
Oh, even the others haven't paid?
No, I don't think any of them actually placed commercial ads.
NPP didn't put that.
No, I'm saying apart from NPP and NDC, he's the only.
Yes. Okay. Even the Afro-Franco people, they didn't come and place that.
Not to the best of my knowledge.
So it's a very expensive business. So if you are going into it, you must be sure in your mind that it will be worth your while. The results so far show.
This is what you're referring to. Right. These are the billboards.
Yes. And you remember the early days where there was a mask?
Yes.
It's a lot of money.
But there's a good, so that's a mask. It was a good advertising strategy.
Was it for what purpose?
Oh, curiosity. I mean, what is it? Who is it?
You are going to throw money to get curiosity?
No, I'm not talking about.
You throw that kind of money for?
No, I'm not talking about whether it was a good strategy for his presidential ambition. But I'm saying that for a campaign, for an advertising campaign, I like it. I like the way they did it, the way it built. Yeah.
But you didn't vote for it?
Of course.
But that's the point. Because what were they doing it for? Not for you to like it. It's for you to vote for them.
It's something I can.
Anytime I
can pick up to work around for a client in the future. The concept. I like the concept.
Well.
But as to whether it will get a result is something else. Yeah.
And it's a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
You know, and if you did that for a client, and you don't show that it's going to get a client some marketing mileage, they won't do it. And clearly, it's not going to go anywhere. You know, and the record shows. So I don't know why they spend so much energy and so much resources doing this third-party thing. And the post-election violence this year has been totally unbelievable. There's always this euphoria anytime there's election after 8 years. You have enthusiastic young people from the winning party going around, even sometimes football match. When Kotoko come to Accra and they beat House of Oak, you'll find the Kotoko supporters sometimes jogging on the streets and teasing the homes of their colleagues who they know are House of Oak supporters. And so a lot of this, so political party election where the stakes are much higher. You find this 2008, I said 2008, the year 2000, you saw NPP supporters enthusiastically, but normally they will see some toilets and they say they are going to see some cars. But this year the violence has been totally out of scale. We hear NDC youth going to state institutions and you go to, I understand they said they were going to take over, they went to Gapoha to say they are taking over port operations. What comes into their minds? You're going to take over port operations? And then they'll go to Ghana Gas, they're going to run the company. You know, they even came to STC twice.
Were they looking for you? Or they want some buses?
The first time they came, I had my people, because we're in a management meeting. We usually do management meetings on Monday. So I asked 2 members of mine to go and...
so you were at work on Monday?
Yes. To go and find out what was happening. So they came by. There were about 30 people downstairs. Half of them in masks, the rest in helmets and so on. You couldn't see their faces. So I sent 2 of my management team to go and speak with them. They came back 15 minutes later to say that they say, oh, they've heard some people have come to hide cars at STC. So they were coming to ensure that nobody comes to hide their vehicles at STC. So my people took them around. They went to the workshops. They went to the DVLA where we do the vehicle roadworthy test, because it's also a huge area. And so they went to all of that. And then they left. So then the next day, Tuesday, they came back. This time I didn't have any meeting. So I had them, I said, let the leaders come to my office. So I met them in my office, about 10 of them, supposed to be the leaders. So I had them take off their mask, and we had a cordial talk. I asked them what their mission was. They said, oh, you that we like you, pa. So we've hung with you. You don't know us, but we know you from those days. So we have come to protect you. Protect me from what? Oh, you know, there's all kinds of people going around, so we've come to protect you. So we ended up, I asked them to then take off their mask and their helmet so I could see them. We ended up exchanging telephone numbers. And then the leadership, about 10 of them, they left. But I said that once I have their numbers, I would get back to them anytime I needed protection. So we parted on a cordial note. But then, so they went downstairs. Apparently, there was another 30, 40 people downstairs. So I thought they were leaving. But 15, 20 minutes later, I got a report that actually more are coming. You know, that they were massing up. I said, well, the leaders have come. They said they come to give us protection. So let's, I don't know why more are coming. But after a while, another 20, 30 minutes, they left. So this year, the post-election, and so going forward, we need to factor in this post-election incidents, because if we say just youthful exuberance and we treat it with kid gloves, it could one day get out of hand. And then the few constituencies that have not been declared, you know, the kind of intimidation that is going on against the electoral officials, it's something that should also be factored in the subsequent elections in terms of the security arrangements. Now, Sami Kujeto, let me congratulate you for your performance in your constituency. You said you got what, 90 what?
93.12%.
93, even by voter region standards, it's quite high, isn't it? So let me congratulate you. You have shown that you have a certain enthusiasm for the constituency. And we all remember when the flooding came, your dedication to the constituency. And that really is what the electorate is looking for, engagement with them. Now, up to today, I meet people who tell me, oh, I know you've been to my house, and I don't remember them. I said, oh, when you came, I was 10 years old. So they remember me. I don't remember them, because you normally would engage with their parents and their older siblings and so on. So if you see some 10-year-old girl in the school dress, you might not probably give them some toffee, and that's the end of it. But they see you, they come to your office and say, oh, you came to our house, and they remember. And that's what that electorate is looking for, engagement. And so you are doing well. You are in the wrong party, but you are doing well. You know, so, and I can also understand why the Okujeto Blackwire is almost falling down out of the chair with enthusiasm this morning. I can understand it. It's the feeling of the moment, and enjoy it while it lasts. But you know, in politics, nothing is permanent, you know. So you also need to have that in mind. He's telling us this morning that the election was the country versus the NPP. I don't know what that means. He said it was Ghana versus the NPP. What does that mean? What does that mean? You mean that 4.6 million people who voted for NPP, they are not Ghanaians? They are not Ghanaians. It's the people who voted for you who are Ghanaians. So it's Ghanaians versus NPP. Then he's also telling us that the current NPP government is the West government from the results. Should we believe that the Mahama first government was a second West government? from the results. Should we also agree that if we look at the results, if this is the West government, then the John Mahama first government was the West, was the second West government. That defeat in 2016 was also so bad that John Mahama didn't even think he was going to come back into politics again.
Really?
Yeah, I actually had statements from his family.
But not him.
Huh?
Not him.
Publicly.
Yeah, not him.
Publicly.
What is publicly? Even privately. It's not true.
Ah.
Yes.
Do you know what he said to other people?
Which people?
Other people.
Did you speak with him on it? Did you speak with him? Did you have a conversation with him? Or you're basing it on what you heard?
No.
You spoke with him?
Yes.
And he told you he didn't want to come back?
I don't want to repeat his private conversations, but I can tell you that I had members of his family say no, and he himself, not publicly. So, but you speak to him regularly?
Yes, that is why I'm asking you, because at no point in time
did he say so.
Did he say so?
Not only you who speak to him.
That's why I asked you. That's why I asked you whether he told you. So if you confirm that he said it to you, then we can take it from there.
He spoke to me,
and he told you that. That's fine. If you say he told you that, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So that defeat was so bad, but at least you heard the one that his family, because that one was public.
Yeah, some family members went to express their view.
So
they didn't say he had told them.
So I'm saying that defeat was that bad. But today, what are we seeing? You know, so I can understand the euphoria, but you need to have it at the back of your mind that in this politics that we do, even a week is a very long time.
True.
And Sami is telling us about the things that he believes led to the NPP losing by these margins. Total annihilation, surreal, it's phenomenal. Literally beating himself to find adjectives to describe that is good. I mean, the excitement is understandable. But now, the expectations are also extremely high. And we had this same feeling of expectation in 2017. So this feeling is good, maybe justified by the results, but you have to live up to the expectation. And that is what is really going to be the test. Samuel Kujato says there has been so much corruption, so much so it's fine. So now that you are going to have executive authority, you now must deliver to the Ghanaian people the dealing against corruption that you've told them about.
Holding people accountable.
Yes.
Okay.
You now must show them that you can deal with it. There's a new term called state capture.
Yes.
Yes. Recently, I was accused of state capture.
You?
Yes.
What did you do?
They said I had gone to sell some STC in Kumasi.
Ashanti, yeah.
Yes, and it's all part of the NPP government state capture. And I was only fortunate because they had attached a document to demonstrate the selling of the STC land by myself. Unfortunately, the document that they attached to their campaign, the document clearly said a rental agreement.
What was that transaction about?
It's a rental agreement.
I don't understand.
We had rented we had this about an acre plot of land.
So vacant land?
Well, it has some colonial bungalows sitting on it.
Okay. 1 acre?
Yeah, about an acre. That we haven't gotten a peswa from.
Where in Kumasi?
I think the area is called Asokwa.
Yes.
Asokwa.
Yes.
The stadium area.
Yes.
And there are 2 hotels. One next to us, one opposite us.
Okay.
Who have been very interested in going into a partnership with us over the land to develop it. And so we did a rental with one of them, and they're going to use the land for an extension of the hotel.
Okay.
And we said we can't do a lease because it's public land. We can do a rental. And if we have a rental arrangement, that's going to pay us about 25,000 a month for
CDs.
Yeah.
They're going to build a hotel on the land.
They're going to do an extension.
But it's hotel. They're going to, like an annex of the hotel.
Yes, like an annex of the hotel. And then they're also going to give us, because we said the original thing is for accommodation. They're also going to give us accommodation.
For your staff?
Yeah, for your staff. So, and this is a rental agreement that has been approved by management board. It's presented as an example of state capture because they said they had gone to sell.
Is it like a PPP kind of thing?
No, it's I don't know if it's a PPP. It's just straightforward.
And the rental is for how long?
Yeah, 30 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's more like a lease. 30 years is more like a lease.
Well, you can't lease public land.
But the duration, 30 years is more of a lease than a rental.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's and every month they pay us rent. So, and every year there's an increment. So we look at it as a rental because every month they are paying us a rent. But I'm saying that has been presented as an example of state capture, and there have been many instances where we've been told that these are state capture. So now the onus is on the new government to show and to redress all these issues that we say are state capture, all these issues. I mean, I would support any move to retrieve stolen public money. So the onus now is on you to show that public monies have been used improperly.
Yes.
And to redress it. You remember we had some of these things in the year 2008, 2009, where the NDC accused the NPP of stealing gold resources. They published the bank account of NPP people. You remember? And in those bank accounts, the monies that were in those bank accounts, were more than the monies in some of the commercial banks. But then, when they came into office, at their vetting, when Ghanaians bought into all of that and voted for them in 2008, at their vetting of many of them, when they were asked about it, they said, some of these things are campaign. We beg you. And then they ended up prosecuting one minister. I think that he was here just for foreign affairs, but they said he had sold rice or something. And even that didn't go anywhere. Then there was another minister who they tried to prosecute because they said he had given a contract to renovate a washroom, and they didn't like the figures. That too didn't end anywhere. But they had raised the expectation of the Ghanaian that there was massive wrongdoing. Gold resources had been siphoned out of the country. Bank accounts which contain more monies than many of the banks. And then they came into office. and there was no show. So the onus now is on you to live up to the expectation that you've built. If you're able to do it, the country will be better off. If you're able to show all of this state capture and redress it, if you're able to show all of this corruption and redress it, everybody will be happy. Who would want state resources to go into private pockets and so on? Sammy says the transition team set a good example. They are not taking per diem. I would be surprised if they were taking per diem.
Why? Why will you be surprised?
I would be surprised.
Why? They're working. People
But you
attend
see-
board meetings, they take sitting allowances.
Okay. But you see, the reason why I took an interest in the Samuel Kujato talking about transition team members not taking per diem is because, you know, we hear these things. Why are you? Why are you? You don't want me to. Can I go on?
Please,
Please
go on. Please go on.
We hear these things, you know, transition team came, and one transition team, was it 2008? Yeah, must have been 2008. And they came and they said, we won't take per diem, we won't do this. And then they ended up drinking tea.
But per diem is not tea. They didn't say they will not be refreshed.
No, they are not accepting refreshment. They've said that.
Oh, they are not accepting that too.
Not
Okay.
even water.
Okay.
Not even water.
Everybody should take water.
No. They said they will come with their own water.
Trying to live down the
Is that for security reasons?
No.
They don't want to.
Or maybe for security.
They don't want to incur any cost at all.
Well, I'm happy they are not going to drink.
They are scared that they will be poisoned.
Because sometimes, you know, these people, what they would
Which
build,
people?
what they would build the Ghanaian taxpayer with, at the end.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
No, the
their
1 point.
reputation.
Oh, the tea they drank the other time, you know. It wasn't somebody who they themselves built the Ghanaian taxpayer. But I'm saying, let it continue. Let us see this mindset that we're in difficult times and we are going to sacrifice as politicians. If we do that, it's not only the NDC people who will benefit, all of us as politicians, because we have a bad image among the Ghanaian electorate, and we need to work to improve it, whichever party is in office. So I wish them well, and then we'll support them if they're able to live up to their promises. If they are not able, we would come here and tell them.
All right, so Sammy, we need to take a break, and when we return, we'll wrap up on this one. And guess what? Who didn't vote? Did the MPP voters fail to turn up? Is it about their voters? Well, the Global Info Analytics has just released the exit polls, results of the exit polls from 3 swing regions, Greater Accra, Central, and Western. And the results of this polling will shock you as to who turned out to vote, who did not turn up to vote. But before we take the break, let me celebrate one of our own. We hardly do this. My technical operations manager and his wife, and of course his family. Tomorrow will be their 23rd wedding anniversary. So to Mr. and Mrs. Kofi Asante is our technical operations manager. So to Kofi Asante and his wife, so Mr. and Mrs. Kofi Asante, tomorrow will be your 23rd wedding anniversary. And so happy wedding anniversary in advance to you, Mr. and Mrs. Kofi Asante. We'll be back shortly.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
Hey guys, so I got this app. It's called Ayoba. It's a chat app that helps me with beauty tips and cooking tips. A super app that feeds me music and the latest sports content. I even use it for my studies. And the good news is, I don't need to use my data bundle because I'm on MTN. Charlie, the app just did be.
Ayoba, the all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, read, play, pay, and listen. Use Ayoba at no data cost on MTN. Download Ayoba now.
Who are you? You. Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bread for mattress anymore? Don't some slippers then follow me.
It is part of mattress within the front end.
Yeah?
Happiness mattress where the dead for.
Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like ash foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
Experience the enhanced protection of Star Motor Third Party Extra from Star Assurance, an enhanced motor third party insurance policy that provides cover for loss or damage to your vehicle's windscreens, side mirrors, back glass, and other glass components. Whether it's a crack or major damage, you can drive with the assurance that your vehicle is well protected. Our commitment to you includes affordable coverage options and a claims process that is both fast and straightforward, so you spend less time dealing with paperwork and more time on the road. Also, we have proudly partnered with Hope for Little Lives, an organization dedicated to supporting children in need. By choosing Star Motor Third Party Extra, you're protecting your vehicle and making a positive impact. Every policy you buy helps bring joy and support to children in underserved communities. Reach out to us now on our toll-free numbers 0800-177-177 or 0302-245-906 to sign up. Let us help you drive with peace of mind and purpose. Star Motor Third Party Extra. Drive with confidence, give back with heart.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Using Koa Mixture, Koa Plus Mixture, and Koa MT Mixture, brought to you by Koa Research and Manufacturing Limited Company, proudly made in Ghana. Formulated to support your general well-being. For those seeking immune system support, there is Koa Plus Mixture. Support your body's defenses and stay strong. When it comes to combating malaria, Koa MT Mixture will aid your treatments. For effective relief from malaria symptoms, try Koa MT Mixture. Koa Mixture, Koa Plus Mixture, and Koa MT Mixture are not recommended for pregnant women, lactating mothers, and children under 12 years. Always take a malaria test before using Koa MT Mixture. Choose Koa Mixture, Koa Plus Mixture, and Koa MT Mixture for your health needs. Available now at pharmacies nationwide. For bulk purchases, contact 0244-726611 or 0591-565-778. This advert is
Here's Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver. Win, even if your bet misses.
Attention all farmers, are you ready to take your crops to the next level? Introducing 3 effective organic composts that will revolutionize your farming practices. ACAP, KCAP and Aerocop brings to you the ultimate solution for your fertilizer needs. Introducing the ACAP Grade A, KCAP Equiafua Jinkwa and the Aerocop with cocoa blend, palm blend and mulch. These are made from locally sourced municipal solid waste, and these are the perfect choice for sustainable farming. Join the organic revolution today. Boost your crop yield, improve soil health, and support sustainable farming practices. Choose ACAP, KCAP, and Aerocop organic compost for a greener and bountiful harvest. For your purchase and more information, call the numbers on your screen. Our products are endorsed by COCOBOD, Planting for Food and Jobs, and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Still with me on the show, I've done Akomia and Samuel Kujetua Blackwa. But you've all been there, you've placed the perfect multi-bet and it's all going your way until it's not, and one or more picks let you down. Well, with Betway's Bet Saver feature, you can win. Even if your bet misses, even on multiple losses, you can get your bet back and more. Bet Saver is exclusive to Betway. Get way more. Terms and conditions do apply. This is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway, get way more. Yes, Sammy, let's round up on this and then we'll move to the exit poll that has just been released by Global Info Analytics. Yes.
Yeah, Nana has made many submissions this morning that I disagree with. First of all, the claim that in a multi-party democracy, there is no space for a third force, and that third forces cannot make it. It's the kind of narrative that those of us who belong to the established parties have to be careful about, and we should eschew that. And you see, it is that mindset that leads to the bad governance epitomized by what the Akufo-Addo government has delivered. Oh, no matter what happens, oh, we have a chance in 4 years, oh, 8 years we will come back. And so they govern with impunity because they think that they are the only alternative. I do not belong to that school of thought. And indeed, if you look at democracies across the world, the evidence does not confirm what Nana Komia is submitting this morning. Did you follow the South African election, Randy?
Yeah.
Jacob Zuma, from prison, formed a new party few weeks to the election. The MK party. The Indwento Wizize party. And look at their showing. They did more than 14%, over 2.3 million votes. They won the highly contested and swing KwaZulu-Natal. Few weeks to the election. Those who were in the ANC, the EFF and others, thinking that, oh, I mean, we're from this party. Jacob Zuma is a spent force. So, the electorate, what they hate really all over the world, and they've shown that they're the same all over the world. They hate complacency. They hate a certain political group thinking that they will always have power no matter what, or it will swing back to us no matter what we do. Go to France. 6 months to the 2016 election, Emmanuel Macron forms a new party, the En Marche party or the Renaissance party, and they sweep the whole of France. That is the dominant political party now. Those who had the mindset that, oh, third forces can't work, so let's have a duopoly, left, right, and do whatever we want. You saw how they were swept away. So we have to be careful. In 2010, when you go to the UK, you see what the third force, the Lib Dems, what they did. So they formed a coalition with the Conservatives, with Cameron and Nick Clegg. Nick Clegg became Deputy Prime Minister, you recall. They formed a coalition, they formed a government. Those who were in the Conservative Labour Party who thought that there's no room for third forces were totally embarrassed at the end of the 2010 elections in the UK. So, look, if you have a situation where apathy sets in, and as I reflect on the 2024 election, I have been very, very concerned about the high levels of apathy. Why are so many people not turning up to vote? We in the political class ought to be concerned. This fourth Republican Democratic dispensation does not appear to be living up to promise. When you read the last Afrobarometer, did you see the number of people who have lost confidence in democracy? For the first time, it's gone beyond 50%. That is worrying. Perhaps the lack of the two major parties is that there was really no credible third force, like we saw in South Africa or in France or in the UK. And so the millions who didn't turn up to vote thought that, well, let's just sit back. But you see, the results of this election should tell us that we in the two leading parties, our days are numbered. And you cannot continue to take the people for granted. The way the MPP has been punished, walloped, whipped, decimated, Ghana is now looking like a one-party state, a gap of over 1.6 million. It should rather tell us that, look, you can't continue with that complacency mindset, that business as usual mindset. So, on that submission of trying to ridicule the third forces and saying that, you know, just join another main party and, you know, and that it will swing, it will automatically swing to the one of the two leading parties. I totally disagree. Totally, you know, I'm opposed to that mindset. Look, even in Ghana, Doc, even in Ghana, when we started voting in Ghana, the CPP was totally unassailable with their leads, with their command. I mean, what the CPP achieved in elections all the way to the 1956 elections was seen as magical. It was mind-boggling. But where is the CPP today? That used to be a dominant force. Really, if you look at the political history of Ghana, my party, the NDC, is a relatively new party. Very, very new party. And yet, see what we have achieved. A new party has achieved the greatest political victory in the history of the fourth Republican dispensation. Because we are not a traditional party that goes back to the 40s, the 30s, the 1920s.
You harvested the CPP, and then although the CPP exists as a party name, you harvested the CPP. So you had UP elements join you.
Exactly, because we are Congress.
And don't forget that then the PNDC had been in power for close to 15 years.
So you're making my point.
And you have set up a...
Absolutely. That should tell you that the situation is fluid, that parties rise and fall. Don't think that you are dominant today and you'll be dominant forever. I mean, It exactly confirms the point I'm making. Where is the CPP today? Another new party can emerge and swallow your your votes, your dominance, and take over. You know, so as for me, I like to be very, very cautious, never to take the voter for granted, never to think that the status quo will remain, and that you would always be dominant. And I think that is that kind of mindset, you know, which has brought the MPP where it is today. Did you listen to their key text? Look, it got to a point, it was as if the Ghanaian voter doesn't matter. Listen to them. Samia Uku, to me and the rest. Oh, we'll win with strategy. Oh, forget about what the people are saying. We'll win with strategy. There are over 1 million ways of winning. Really? Strategy. The people don't matter. You see where you are today? Where is the strategy? Then, see the kind of campaign they mounted. A song and dance campaign. A Sisyphean campaign. No wonder they've ended up with a Sisyphean minority in parliament. I mean, how was that a campaign of issues, of policies?
So you didn't hear all the issues and policies
Please.
that Dr.
What
Bawumia was
dominated,
talking about?
what was at the center of this campaign? It was all about Sisyphean.
And boy.
Yeah, I mean, that's all. You know, with all kinds of, you know, gay-looking characters just dancing and boogieing all over the place. You know, at the time that you have created unprecedented hardship, the people are hungry. When you read the last Afrobarometer, look, if the MPP had minded to refer to the Afrobarometer, look at the number of Ghanaians who went to bed hungry every day according to the Afrobarometer. 41% of people polled in the Afrobarometer said unemployment, they are suffering. The financial haircuts, the corruption. When they polled institutions, the presidency was at the lowest. Trust in the presidency was at 28%. And the arrogance, you had a president who went around ordering chiefs to get up to greet him. None of them advised him to stop. You know what chiefs represent in Ghana? What chiefs mean when it comes to our traditions, our custodians. You may think they are small chiefs. This is not the Ochehine or the Otumfuo, so you don't respect them. But we revere them. So the Sisyphean, arrogant, policyless song and dance campaign is what has brought us here. And lessons ought to be learned. And if the MPP thinks that, oh, it will swing, it's your day now, and look, the horror that Ghanaians have been put through, the NDC has a golden opportunity. And I've been telling folks, I've been telling colleagues in the NDC, look, if we do things right by the people, we govern well, we have a golden opportunity to collapse this MPP party. The Ghanaian electorate have already told us.
Why should that be your focus? Just focus on doing right by us.
Exactly.
Whether somebody collapses or not.
That is my focus. That is my focus. Because what that means is that when you do right by the people, you can stay in power 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
You can be in power for a long time. The people are not asking for much. Stop corruption. Stop state capture. Take good care of us. Don't impoverish all of us. Steal our life savings in the name of domestic debt exchange program. Meanwhile, you are engaged in sweetheart deals. Then Nana Akomia also tries to, in his submission, ridicule the grave corruption scandals that have rocked the most scandal-riddled government in the history of our country.
How did he
Oh, it's happened before, and then when they appeared adverting, they said it was about the campaign, we didn't have evidence, and so it was all just campaign talk. Please! Hey! There are over $1 million found under Cecilia Dape's bed. Who made that as a campaign story? Is that some campaign gimmick? Which, as we speak, multiple stories, they have not been able to tell the Ghanaian people where all those monies are coming from. The brother says funeral donations. Another person says some business deal. All kinds of. And then the president issues a love letter. My dear Cecilia Dapa, you'll be vindicated. And as we speak, over millions of dollars. Nobody knows where that money came from and what has been done in that case. Is that mere propaganda? I have here the Schwarz report on National Cathedral. Have you read this report? It says that whole project is illegal ab initio. Read page 159 of the report. That there is reasonable grounds to suspect corruption. That the procurement laws of our country were not followed. The Central Tender Review Committee, their approval was not sought. So nobody should downplay the horror that we have been through over the last 8 years. As we speak, Labadi Beach Hotel, do they own their beachfront?
Well, I guess the point I hear Nana make is that this will not be the first time that we've heard such huge allegations.
Yeah, but he's
saying that in 2009, after all these allegations were made, we only saw some little or no successful prosecutions. He's only hoping that now that you have executive power, these things will move from allegations.
Yeah, he should have ended there. But where you try to make it look like, we're just engaged in concoctions or it was figment of our imaginations. Please, I have here the compilation. Scandals I expose alone. Over 80.
Yes. It says secure. It says now you have the power to secure.
Yes, that is why we are talking about ORA. Operation Recover or Loot. But you see, these people, they come and sit on air, they say, we want you to deal with it and all of that. But don't even give us the opportunity to deal with it. They are running away. They are running away. They will not stay here in the country. Let's invite them to a probe, to an inquiry, and deal with the matters.
But that shouldn't stop you.
They are running away.
If they run away, it shouldn't stop you.
Look, I hold in my hands here all the travel documents of the $108 million ambulance scandal. The presidential daughter's business partners. Stephen Okereke Elendu Kalu Okoro. On the 27th of November 2024, wearing this blue jeans top, appeared at Terminal 3 and fled on a British Airways
say
flight.
He fled? He traveled.
He didn't come back to vote. He's still not back.
But voting is not compulsory. Sammy, voting is not compulsory.
You don't find it curious that the chief architects, all three of them,
yes.
So he leaves 27th November 2024. Before the election results will be declared, ORA will take effect. Then I also have here the travel details of Frank Ajekum Boating. He leaves a day before 26 November 2024 at 10:31 p.m. to Washington aboard United Airlines flight 3010. Then Vivian Oponchecheku also leaves a few days after I petitioned the Office of Special Prosecutor, 31st August 2024, and has refused to come back since 31st August. So they come and sit on TV. Oh, probe us, we are ready. We want to see.
The point I'm making is that you can't conclude that they fled or they're running away. Yes, because they were under no restriction. There were no travel restrictions.
Who has said that? I haven't said
that.
No,
I'm just saying. And voting is also not compulsory. There were people who were walking around polling.
But talking about voting not being compulsory, you see how ungrateful some people can be.
What?
These people have become dollar millionaires suddenly. One deal, one gig, $108 million. Inflated ambulances. And then the spare parts, $34.9 million. They don't even care about their fortunes. They didn't even show up to vote. And then foot soldiers will be going around.
Okay.
Sometimes they give them weapons.
So when I was a kid, there was a chololi. At the back, they've written, such is life.
They couldn't be bothered.
Such is life.
I wonder how MPP foot soldiers are feeling.
Okay. So,
Yeah. But let me quickly.
Please round up on that.
Yeah, let me quickly deal with this matter of young people who are going all over the place trying to take over institutions. In terms of the Nana Akomia story, I think his account was a bit contradictory. Earlier, I created the impression as if these were violent attacks, but he says that they were nice and
they were nice when they saw him.
Yeah. So, look, there are two things happening. Those who are using brute force and trying to take over the management, that ought to be condemned. There's no room for that. And that is why the president-elect has addressed the nation on this and has asked the commander-in-chief and the security agencies to work. Because really, even though we've won the election, we haven't taken over. We are not in charge of internal security. So those in charge should do their work. But then there's a second group of young people who, as for those people, I say they are complying with the Constitution and ought to be encouraged.
Which group is that?
Those who are protecting state assets from being stolen, from being hoarded. For example, the young guys in Ho who are policing, they've dedicated themselves, nobody is paying them, policing thousands of fertilizers because they saw an initial move where those fertilizers were being moved to an unknown destination. They saw same with street lights. So they have now become protectors of those state assets so that people don't go and hoard them and go and sell them.
And they are not doing that with violence.
They are not doing it with violence.
They are not disrupting
They are not
anybody's
disrupting
work.
anything. They are actually working with the police.
Okay.
Do you know that yesterday, friends of mine who went to play golf at the officers' mess said that they have seen young people, some of them wear NDC t-shirts, who are protecting the last vestige of state capture, the agric mechanization lands. And they said, look, don't allow.
But those lands are gone.
Yes, but they've
sold them.
But some are left. A few are left. And
no, they've not been developed, but they've been sold.
Yes, but they are protecting, they are stopping.
How?
They are stopping them from taking over.
How?
And that is commendable.
But that's vigilantism.
It is not vigilantism. They are not holding weapons. They are not holding
people
cudgels.
have bought land legitimately from
Who
government.
told you it's legitimate?
No, those who bought. I'm saying those who bought.
Have you seen the documents I put out?
On the agric?
Yes, I put out documents on. It's not legitimate.
That one we've not discussed here.
We haven't
Maybe
discussed
I'll
yet.
travel.
Yes,
Okay.
I did
Maybe
an
I'll
expose.
travel
That was
then.
my last expose before the elections.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Oh, some of the buyers include Kennedy Osenyako.
Who is that?
And then
Who
the
is
former
that?
deputy agric minister, who is the MP for.
But that land was for the agric minister.
Yes, and then the deputy agric minister gets to own it, and then you have the National Intelligence Bureau chief, Nana Tubra-Kweku, who used to be the Dankwa Institute, Gabi's boy, who has also grabbed some.
Oh really?
Oh yes, that's what they are doing.
Okay.
So I commend the young men who are that's the last left. All the lands they've looted. You remember the AU village one? It's taking all of it. Land that even if you have $1.5 million, you won't get it. They looted it at 183,000 cedis. And do you know how much they were buying these LWAC lands? 300,000, some 280,000 cedis. Can you believe that? So the few left.
But I didn't find Nana's name.
Nana Akomia.
Yes. I'm sure he didn't even hear of the
He
sale.
didn't even hear about
Okay.
it. They didn't even call it. Look, Article 41F says the exercise and enjoyment.
Is that a place?
Yes, that's a place. Yes.
Okay.
That's a place.
You know when you're driving, when you're going, from Elwak.
Is it prime land?
Yes,
you know from Elwak.
Yeah.
From Elwak. When you make the turn under the overhead to Major Mahama. So you are from Elwak.
Yeah.
And you want to go to Major Mahama.
Yeah.
So you go under the tunnel.
Yes.
To go on that street.
The Mahama Road.
Yes.
Yes.
The land to
The
your
left side.
Yes.
But those are airport lands.
Yes.
No.
They were for agric
agric
extension services.
agric mechanization. Yeah.
Yes.
They are for the Ministry of Defense.
No.
No,
agric. That part. They share a wall with the Defense Ministry.
And you see, let me show you the letter that triggered this whole thing. From the Lands Ministry, dated 25th April 2022, addressed to the Minister for Agric. Dear Sir, propose comprehensive redevelopment scheme, Gifford Road site for agric mechanization. That's what they always hide under, redevelopment scheme. We refer to our earlier letter reference number AC 17500 dated 29th March 2022, notifying your office of the need to relocate some structures and equipment within the area zoned for redevelopment. Upon a review of the ground situation by the Lands Commission to ensure optimum use and utilization of the remaining land within the area, it has become necessary for a comprehensive redevelopment scheme to be prepared for the area. You are required to remove your remaining structures to be relocated from the subject area. In view of the above, the Commission proposes that in line with the existing arrangement at your site at Nungwa Farms, the structures should be relocated to Amrahia Dairy Farms, and this will also ensure that the various developments within Amrahia will be comprehensive and complementary for the Ministry of Agriculture. The Lands Commission counts on your cooperation in that regard. Should you require any further information on the above, do contact the Executive Secretary of the Lands Commission. And then it ends up owned by politicians for 99 years, including Gabi's henchman, the NIB boss, and other politicians. I have the full list. They're going to do redevelopment. Now the last group left is the Association of Vegetable Exporters. They are refusing to go.
At the same place?
At the same place. They have written a petition to the president-elect. But you know what they've done? They have gone to remove their roofs by force, forcing them out. I mean, what country is this? You say you are going to do redevelopment. What actually it means is that politicians have set eyes on it. We are going to take it for ourselves. They pay 280,000, 300,000 cities, cheap. And then they grab it. So, with what is going on, when young people say that, look, we want to protect what is left, the little left. Remember Article 41F. Article 41 says that the exercise and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations. And accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen, F, to protect and preserve public property and expose and combat misuse and waste of public funds and property. So, there are a second category of patriotic, nationalistic Ghanaians who are protecting public property.
Right.
And I salute them. Do you know that under Ghanaian law, these are great mechanization lands. They should have come to Parliament. If you read the LUSPA law, the Land Use and Spatial Planning Act, when you are changing the original purpose, you are rezoning, you need parliamentary approval. Do you know that? That's the law. There is no parliamentary approval. So all those, let's serve notice. All those politicians, MPP, top politicians who have grabbed those Gifford lands, we will ask for the parliamentary approval. We will ask for it. I mean, what kind of country is this?
All right. Okay. Now, just 10 seconds. And then I'll let you.
I need 10 minutes.
No, I'm saying 10 seconds to me, not you.
Oh, sorry.
I can't ask you to speak for 10 seconds. I'm pleading for 10 seconds. So I've just got this from the National Communications Officer of the NDC, Sami Jemfi. It says the national chairman addresses the media on certain contentional issues on the ongoing recollation and redeclaration of certain parliamentary seats today at 10:30 a.m. at the NDC headquarters. So at 10:30 this morning, the national chairman of the NDC, the Honorable Johnson Asiedu Nketia, will address the media on certain contentional issues on the ongoing recollation and redeclaration of certain parliamentary seats. So at 10:30 we would cross over to join that press conference. Yes, Nana.
I understand when sanity prevailed and these constituencies have been recollated, the NPP has won.
But under CI 127, there's nothing like recollation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so
illegal.
there's only a court that can order.
Yes, exactly. What's going on is illegal.
Right.
Everybody is accusing the other people of illegality. We'll see.
All right.
But you see, Randy.
Yes, sir.
What Samuel Kujeto said, his conclusion, maybe himself didn't realize it. He's saying that this Gifford Road, I drive there.
Yeah.
I thought it's part of. I've seen some development. I thought, I don't know. But you see, he says some regulations or law have been breached.
Yes.
And that they are going to look at it and so on. That is the way to go. Not vigilante. You see, these people who you say are there to protect the lands, what is that?
Nothing stops them.
No, what is that? Are we going to encourage vigilante?
Against what they are doing? They've moved bulldozers, they are building overnight.
Nana, I agree with you 100%.
They are building night and day, very quickly.
Nana, I agree with you 100%. But me in Accra, if somebody encroaches my land, I will not just wait. Go and file a case in court and just wait. No.
Randy,
this Accra.
Randy, you are. I know you are a very powerful man.
I'm not. Oh, how?
The gamma.
Whether you take it or not, let me tell you. I know you are a very powerful man.
Oh, how, Nana?
But you are still an individual.
Yes.
We are talking about government.
Yes.
Yes. We're talking about government lands.
Yes.
We're not talking about an individual who is taking the law into his hands because he doesn't believe they can get a response from the law. So they are taking the law.
But we are not government yet. We haven't taken over. We are waiting till January 7, and your people are building so fast, night and day. They want to solidify the loot. What do we do? Between now and January 7, what do we do?
So you, Samuel Kujeto, as powerful as you are, you see people building day and night. And you haven't gone to stop.
I have done the expose.
But your vigilante is going to stop
I've done the expose. I put out the documents.
It's all right. Sammy,
I put out videos.
Nana, that shouldn't happen. I'm saying that it shouldn't happen. Nana, I agree with you. It shouldn't happen. But maybe,
to the extent that they are not
for a later date,
and they are not harming
we
anybody.
should also be addressing that issue. Because there are a lot of individuals who are, we were on this show about a month ago, Nana. Remember, where I said that I will cherish the day that I will be able to lead people whose lands have been forcibly taken from them using state security and other things, especially in the Chado area. And that people have even built 12-story. I would love to supervise the demolition of those things.
So, Randy, if you, as an individual, even though powerful, you would want to lead an action that will pull down structures illegally acquired. We are talking of government.
Which one is the government?
The NDC.
They are not yet.
We are not there yet.
In another 3 weeks.
We don't have any.
In another 3 weeks.
People are built. Have you been there?
Can I?
Can we go there?
It doesn't matter.
Let's go there. Let's go there after the show. You see what they are doing there.
If it's illegal,
you still pull it down.
You can build.
Yeah, skyscraper.
Empire State Building on it is illegal.
Yeah. True.
No, it's illegal.
True. I get the point you're making. True.
In fact, you can actually build there with the cost of recovery.
Yeah, true.
So, if today you believe that is something in your favor, and so you are encouraging vigilante, so the problem with vigilante is that tomorrow they will turn against you.
True. That's true.
Somebody will go organize 50 people, and they will come to you.
No, but these are gentlemen. They are not holding cudgels, machetes. Yes.
And you are not a gentleman.
Yes.
You are not a gentleman.
So
to go and also.
So how do citizens?
So let me just.
Exercise their right under Article 41F to protect the looting of state property.
Randy, if we are going to ensure that our actions are legitimate, let's do those actions legitimately.
Right.
Otherwise, it will not last. So do not encourage people and come and sit here and praise them for engaging in vigilantism. Fortunately, in 3 weeks, you have the opportunity to use the law, the mandate that the law gives you. That is what is lasting. That is rule of law. Don't encourage vigilante. Vigilante is the rule of the strong man or the strong woman.
Yeah.
And then we are being told that this is a third force thing.
Yeah.
Samuel Kujeto says he doesn't.
No, I disagree with you.
Well, fine, that's your view.
Disagree with you.
My view is that we make a lot of noise about them. Those noise we make have not been justified. And result after result after result shows so. I mean, we've even had third forces. I mean, he said that it's Jacob Zuma. Of course, you may have one or two instances where third forces have emerged.
President Macron.
Those are flashes in the pan.
Outliers.
Yes, those are outliers.
But
look,
it can happen in Ghana.
You are here telling us 2 seconds ago that you are going to collapse the NPP. Even a major political party like the NPP, you say you are going to collapse it.
Yeah, if we do right by the people.
And yet you say that third parties would.
Yeah, then the third force will take over. like the CPP.
You say that you are going to do things, Chief. You say you are going to do things in a way that a major second force or first force like NPP will collapse.
Yeah, it's not a Sisyphean party. So.
Yeah, okay.
That thing you said has become a flyer.
Already?
I'm just saying it's become a flyer.
So,
no, but it's a fact.
They've been saying this. They've been saying this.
It's a Sisyphean minority.
So, now you are saying that even in the current system, you can collapse a party like NPP. It will not be relevant. You are saying so. And yet you say other people, they are irrelevant. I'm saying the history doesn't show. He talked about United Kingdom. And he was saying something about some Lib Dem.
Yeah, the Lib Dems in 2010.
The Lib Dem, which is the Liberal Democrat Party, they've been in existence for 100 years or more.
Yeah, but they were just a third.
Have they ever won power in the UK?
In 2010, they formed a coalition government.
Have they ever won elections?
They did very well.
Have they ever won elections in the UK?
Yeah. They had 56 seats.
One election, they would do well.
Yeah, they got 56
Have they
seats.
ever won? The two parties, the Labour and the Conservatives. The UK has had democracy for over 1,000 years. Have the Lib Dems.
I like this, your complacency mindset. It's good for us in the NDC.
No, it is not complacency.
We are not complacent.
No, it is just looking at the reality and saying that if I am in their shoes, and I give you the example, if me, no matter what difficulties I have with my party, if I felt I was going to leave, I would join another party. Not to go on this frolic, because the history.
President Macron did it and succeeded. President Macron succeeded.
There are always outliers, which are flashes in the pan.
There are many also did and failed.
They will do well in one election, after that they go into oblivion. And you can't use them as the general trend. The general trend is that, because you see, when you are having a proportional representation, it creates a better atmosphere for third parties to emerge because it's proportional.
True.
But when you have a first past the post, it's difficult.
Very.
This is so easy to understand. It doesn't mean anybody is complacent. Samuel Kujato, this is just plain fact. Even the chairman of your party left your party and formed a party.
You mean former chairman?
Yeah. Where did he go? Your former first lady. These are the people who built the party, she and the husband. She formed a third party. Where did he go?
Sisyphean.
So
they got the Sisyphean outcome.
And then he talked about the CPP. Yes, the CPP. Today, what's the CPP?
Sisyphean.
So it's difficult for third parties. Even a big political party.
So
like
that's the coalition center. There's some confusion there. I'm told that a court injunction, police depot. So a court injunction has just been slapped on what was actually going on.
Good.
Like I told you, at 10:30 a.m., the national chairman of the NDC will be holding a presser.
Okay.
The general secretary of the NDC has also issued a statement. And you can see Edwin Jitamaklo, the director legal of the NDC, in there. I'm sure they went to serve the injunction on whatever is happening at the police depot. Okay. Now on the land thing, somebody who really understands these issues. She sent a solution.
Okay.
So I'm talking about Mrs. Esiberema.
Oh yeah, she's.
Airport Hills.
Yeah, she's an expert.
It says Please tell Okuja to quickly ask for someone to go to court and ask for injunction. It can be ex parte. That should give at least 20 days. They will be in power by then. They says don't risk the life of the people.
Okay.
Don't promote vigilante.
Oh, I'm not doing that. I didn't send them, but I'm saying that under Article 41F, they are protecting state.
Go for an injunction.
That our friend Nilate
That's not looking for sports minister.
They are going, I don't know. They are going, but he's been a sports minister.
Yeah, he's been a sports minister.
So you shouldn't look for it.
I'm sure he may want fresh challenges.
Yeah. I'm going MP for the says they sold those lands cheaply to themselves. We, the Gadangbe youth, will take those lands back. People use their position on the Agri Committee of Parliament and closeness to power to steal state lands.
I mean, if that is the case and people have done wrong by the people, why? Let's use, you see, and like I said, the legal route is a more lasting route than this vigilante that Sami Okujeto is. Now, Sami is saying that.
And can we pick the feed a bit?
Yeah, okay.
From the
okay.
Yes. So let's join.
But then you must bring us break.
Yesterday, he told us that. We can't do that to the process and the security. It's the security aspect that I'm concerned about. The security aspect of it. The man that is going to that madam. You cannot see if you want to the front, the process and it's you that is a job to about the youth. So tell the youth that is reforming. So you cannot go and start him. Who has to start him? Come and do what? See, now I'm looking at them. And you're all stakeholders. We are all stakeholders, my brother. The way you people have been, and yes, we've been casting the situation and all that. We are all stakeholders. We've been having meetings upon meetings. No, man, the way they are behaving, as if police are not part of the whole business. The whole process, I don't know how to make it. I want to know. My dear, listen to me. My dear, you know something. When you went to the law school, they told us that anytime you see something like this, come up with my mate. Ask him. They told us that anything you feel like, even if it is a hard one, you don't take it to good money. Would you be verified? What education are they now? I'm also a lawyer. You don't do that. Now, how should I do that? No one can you. The same thing that you said that you don't work for SAJ. That's the same thing you don't work for me. If you serve ID or you serve SAJ and you my argument on this, this is what is happening. Go before your name. How to do that? How to do that? And since he has not told me this, I have to maintain law and order. Who enforces that shit? Me as a police officer. I don't work for EPS as a leader. And that's why I'm saying that it's a security issue. So let's resolve it from the highest level. If I give it out to the police, withdraw your name, I'll do that. In the interim, go back to the drawing board and talk to your leadership to form a message to stop the process. Otherwise, we cannot do it yet. That is what I told them.
So you should tell them if you to call either Jeresa.
I've done that. That's what I was telling you that you bring it. What am I saying I should bring him? What can I do that? His security and his protection and his safety is at hand, and we need to protect them. That is what I was telling you. Listen, my dear, you have the option not to be part of the voting. You have that option to not be part of the voting until Mamelo Kaya the right. If she has not done that, until that is done, you can't just say that we should stop the process. Why are you standing there? I'm seeing that is what is worrying them. Can you see officials, they are not here, they are just saying, it's not their side. No. All of us have to leave the place. If you do that, it will not solve the problem. The thing is, bro, this is what we have said, your madam. This is what we have said, your madam. So if you have not heard it,
Bro, please go back. The police is trying to drag us out again. I don't know how.
So the chaos, the confusion is still ongoing at the moment. The police personnel ensuring security are driving us away from the arena where the coalition.
Right, so those are scenes from the makeshift coalition center, the police depot, and like I informed you earlier, there's a court injunction that has been placed on whatever is happening there. The General Secretary of the NDC has issued a statement pointing the EC to the illegality that's going on, and any moment from now, the National Chairman of the NDC, the Honorable Johnson Asiedu Nketia, will be addressing the media on all these issues of recoalition and redeclaration that is going on.
Yes.
Nana.
So. Look, tell your people, Nana, advise them. Nothing will stop you from keeping your Sisifia minority. Nothing will stop it. We are.
I have said that.
We have a super two-thirds majority.
No, I have said that.
Nothing will change.
I have said that. It is the season, so you can be forgiven for being jingoistic. It's all well and good, but politics is a shifting sand game. So.
Yes, so give that advice to your people. Give the advice to your people.
Be happy.
They should stop they should stop the illegal conduct.
And dance. We'll play music for you. Don't worry.
No, me, I don't do Sisifia activities.
Because you see, Randy, let me tell you one thing. In 1997, the NPP had 1/3 of the parliament. The NDC had 2/3 of the parliament.
Okay, less than that.
It was less.
Less than that, but.
So, less than what?
Less than 2/3.
Less than 2/3.
That was a 200-member parliament.
Yeah.
Not so.
They had 133.
Yes.
And we have 60.
60 something. You have 60.
61.
60, yeah. And then CPP and this thing had it.
So we've had these situations before.
Not this
one.
No,
not on this scale. This has
not
never
the two-third one.
This has never happened. No party has ever had 2/3.
No, I'm saying because the numbers are different now. It's 270. That's against.
But we've never. No, but 2/3 is 2/3. It's a percentage. It's never happened.
You've had this situation
because no ruling party.
133 members of.
That's been so horrible.
And we have 61. And yet in one election, 4 years, we came back to be the majority. So you have your day and dance Sisifia. It's all well and good.
No. You are the Sisifia.
I'm happy that you are. Even though I know you are not complacent, but you are just trying to be, because of politicking, we are here doing Sisifia. But
did Nana ever join any of those dance moves?
Oh, I danced.
He did
a lot of
Fasti Anumami. That video, I saw it.
Oh,
he was standing to Dr. Bamia's left. So when Dr. Bamia was doing this one, he was also there. Nana was also there.
I don't know who advised
Fasti Anumami.
And all this business
of impoverish the people are hungry.
And all of this business of we will collapse the NPP, we will collapse. Randy, we said the same. That we will collapse the NDC. Today, look at the NDC. Look. Yeah. So, you do your Sisifia dance. We don't have a problem. We will see. And Randy, I haven't ridiculed corruption. I just said that we've heard this kind of stuff before. We've heard this kind of stuff before. And yet you didn't live up to expectation. So I'm saying that this time, be aware of that failing in the earlier period, and this time make good. And that if illegally acquired public property, whether it's money or it's whatever, is retrieved, all of us benefit. All of us benefit. So I'm just saying, try and do it, because the record that we had doesn't support. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't fight corruption. No, I'm saying that live up to your promise. That's it. When Randy was trying to draw your attention, you were fighting him. But that's
I'm a gentleman. I don't do that.
So, and my conclusion is that you have every right to feel complacent and super.
We are not complacent.
Maybe if I was in your situation, maybe I would have done the same. But what we endure, it's you living up to your promise, delivering what you say you will deliver to the people. That is the come and sit here and say we're doing a Sisyphean dance.
Yeah, that's what you were doing.
We're parading gay people and all of that. We said the same things about you.
Did you see that video?
Which one?
The gay people on the street.
There were gay people?
During your walk.
Yeah.
Oh, I have that video. I can play it.
That's the kind of campaign you must.
They were also doing Sisyphia.
Yeah. They joined the Sisyphean.
These things. No.
But Randy, the NDC, they did walks.
Yes.
They did rallies, didn't they? They played music, didn't they? They were dancing at the rally and the music, didn't they?
But you were calling candidates. So when the candidate comes, you must show their dance move.
Oh, and I really pity my Lydia. She's become the poster child. Oh,
of what, dancing?
She did it under duress.
She did
the
boy.
Oh,
Randy.
Oh,
Randy.
poor my Lydia.
Please, beyond my Lydia, the NDC, didn't they do walks?
Oh, they
did walks.
A lot.
Didn't they do rallies?
But nobody compelled us to go and dance.
Didn't they play music?
They played music.
Didn't they dance to the music?
They did, okay, but they didn't do dancing competitions among their candidates.
Yeah.
I mean, their music was not infectious.
Who told you that? Who told you that? Our song is #1. He's not aware. It stopped the chart.
Did you see the?
It stopped the chart.
Maya Kuntai one.
That's the
the Dr. Baumia and Ashanti region. Wontumi. Did you see that one?
With his shoulder back.
You saw that one?
No, I didn't. Let's go.
I mean, at the time, people were suffering. Collapsed banks, collapsed businesses. You go on TikTok and what the Gen Zs are doing to them.
Yeah, I'm going home.
How did the MPP get here?
Okay. We couldn't. Oh no, Andy, no. No.
Are we on there?
No, we are.
No, Randy, I saw. Was that Woyome who was in?
Yes.
The original Woyome.
Yes.
Is that one of your gurus?
I don't know that. I don't know who sent him.
Yeah, but he's there facing up to the police.
In what capacity?
I don't know. You sent him there.
Who?
Oh, he's also vigilante. Hey! Woyome. Okay. We are here.
I don't know what he's doing there.
This is Fia versus Woyome.
Okay. So unfortunately, we don't have time to look at the.
Let's look at this on 10 minutes.
The exit poll of because I wanted to speak with. So what I'll do is that I'm sure that you'll get a poll in the course of the day it will be released. But I'll just take you through the executive summary, just that. So basically, it's about exit polling of 3 swing regions: Greater Accra, Central, and Western. Now it says that the first exit poll conducted by Global Info Analytics for the 2024 elections in the 3 swing regions of Greater Accra, Central, and Western regions suggests That while, so you can read along with me, while the political parties intensified their campaign activities in the last 3 months of the campaign, the polls revealed that only 16% of voters were yet to be decided. According to the poll, nearly 84% of voters had already made up their minds 6 months before the election, in line with pre-election polls. Just about 5% of voters made their decision in the last 1 month, and 3% in the last week before the vote. On vote buying, the poll shows that 24% of voters witnessed some sort of vote buying, of which 38% admitted they had personally received such inducement. The poll also revealed 56% of inducement came from MPP, 23% from NDC, 15% admitted taking the inducement from both parties, while 6% said they got their inducement from other parties. The exit poll shows that JDM won the 3 regions with 58%, DMB 34%, and others 8%. However, in the 2020 elections, the poll shows that the race was a dead hit between JDM and Nanado, 49.1% for JDM and 49.2% for Nanado. Contrary to the claims that MPP lost the election because their voters did not show up to vote, the poll points to contrary situation, as only 63% of voters who voted for Nanado actually voted for DMB. The data revealed that nearly 29% of Nanado's 2020 voters actually switched their votes to the main opposition leader, John Mahama. Analysis of the data revealed that among those who left Nanado's 2020 coalition included 4% of NPP voters. The poll also revealed that 76% of NDC voters who voted for Nanado returned home to vote for JDM, as well as 48% of floating voters who voted for Nanado. The poll also shows that 36% of NPP voters who voted for GMD in 2020 voted for him again, while 95% of NDC voters voted for him. Overall, 83% of NPP voters voted for DMB, 13% voted for JDM, and 4% voted for other candidates. For JDM, 88% of NDC voters voted for him, while 8% voted for DMB, and 3% voted for other candidates. The poll also shows that 65% of floating voters voted for JDM, with DMB receiving only 23%. 12% voted for other candidates. The poll shows that JDM won all religious groups. Among Christians, JDM 58%, DMB 36%. Among Muslims, JDM 60%, DMB 33%. JDM won among all ethnic groups except GUR, where GMD obtained 45% compared to 50% for DMB, and the race was tied among Mande ethnic group, 44% to 44%. It also shows that among voters who made up their mind over a year ago, 60% of them voted for JDM compared to 34% for DMB. For those who decided in the last 6 months, 55% voted for JDM and 33% for DMB. For those in the last 3 months, JDM 51%, DMB 36%. For those who decided in the last month, JDM 48%, DMB 38%. However, for those who decided in the last week, JDM 50%, DMB 35%. A clear evidence that in the last days of the campaign, DMB decline in the polls accelerated. The poll also shows that JDM dominated among voters whose concern was the economy and have JHS qualification. JDM obtained 62%, DMB 32%. Among those with SHS, JDM 64%, DMB 29%. Among tertiary, JDM 63%, DMB 30%. And among those without any formal qualification, JDM 63%, DMB 31%. However, for voters whose concern is education, the poll revealed much closer contests, confirming DMB's strength when it comes to education. Among those with GHS, the race was virtually tied, 48% for JDM, 47% for DMB. However, among those who may have benefited from free education policy and those at the tertiary level, where quality is key, JDM extended his lead to 51% and DMB 43%. Among those without formal qualification, the story is the same. JDM 52%, DMB 41%. The poll shows that among those who said they have personally received inducement from political parties, 55% of them voted for JDM, 35% for DMB. Among those who did not receive the inducement, JDM 66%, DMB 25%. On the return on investment in the inducement business, the poll shows that 67% of voters who received inducement from NDC voted for JDM, while 28% voted for DMB. For those who received it from NPP, 54% voted for JDM, while 41% for DMB. However, for those who received the inducement from other parties and independent candidates, JDM and DMB were tied on 34% each. But those who took the inducement from both parties, JDM obtained 53% and DMB 25%. So this is the executive summary of the exit poll on the swing regions of Greater Accra, Central and Western regions. And
look, what it means is that if the turnout was high, they will have lost with a much wider margin, you know.
Well, maybe you might wait for the others to come to that conclusion.
Yeah. Yes. But on a more serious note, the MPP, are you going to be apologizing to Musa Dankwa? You were most unfair to him. Most unfair.
The NPP officially of persons in the NPP?
All of them.
Maybe persons.
Well, officially.
Some of them calling him a Zongo Lotto forecaster, and you know some.
But
miracles.
Yeah.
Look, Chief, as for polls.
But his image is the most credible pollster in our country today.
Sammy, even JM.
Apologize.
Even JM poo-pooed some polls. Even John Mahama poo-pooed some polls.
But he's vindicated.
Huh?
He's vindicated.
The ones that you people sponsored was
vindicated.
That Smart Sapon poll was clearly
our official position.
A paid job.
As far as polling was concerned, any poll that comes, if it says we are doing well, it encourages, it means that we are the people to beat. So we have to run faster. If it says we are not doing well, it means we have to run faster to catch up.
So why were you attacking him? Why were your people attacking him?
The party never
Don't do that again. You people became so intolerant.
Miracle speaks for the campaign.
Yeah.
Not so. When Miracle attacked who?
Musa Dankwa's poll.
We attacked the poll, not Musa Dankwa.
Attacked him. He called him a Zongo Lotto forecaster. I mean, how can you be so mean and
cruel? Did you hear that?
Not this one.
But you see, Randy, let me comment on them.
That's why when I asked him, who are you, when he came here, who is Musa Dankwa, I said Zongo Lotto forecaster.
Yeah.
So he was being sarcastic.
Yes, he was being sarcastic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Anna.
Randy, as for
now you have X on your faces.
So you let me speak.
Shame on you.
He's insulting me.
No, you don't do that.
You mean shame on who? Nana?
Those who were doing that. Yeah, you don't do that.
Okay. Is this not you? Those who did that?
Anyway, like I told you, as for politics, Randy, as for polls, what are they about? They are about an election. So no polls trumps the election results. What does the election results tell us? The election results tell us that 2 million people who voted for NPP in the last election didn't vote for NPP. They stayed away. The reason why we say they stayed away is because you don't see significant increase in John Mahama's numbers from the election results.
And it's because you're holding John Mahama's performance in 2020 as a constant.
It's a constant, yeah.
It's because I am looking at the results.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking at. When Okujeto is telling us that this is unprecedented, what is he looking at? He's looking at the results.
Historical data.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Historical results.
Yeah. But the exit poll is saying something else.
And I'm saying the exit poll does not trump the results.
No, he explains the results.
Are the best.
No, he's explaining the results. That's what it is doing. It's just explaining the results.
And I'm also explaining the results. Okay? And I'm looking at the results really, how they are. And I'm saying that we got 6.7 million votes in the last election. John Mahama got 6.2. This year, he got 6.3. It's a marginal increase. We got 4.6, a 2 million decrease. We don't find those 2 millions going to other parties. So we're saying that these are people who voted for us, who stayed away. We don't find them voting for NDC or CPP or whatever. So our task is to find out why they stayed away. For me, I'm making that analysis to draw the conclusion that we need to go there and find out why they stayed away. Whether it is anger and what
the
caused
research
them,
is
what
the
caused
only
them
thing is
anger.
that the research is also telling you
Uh-huh.
that apart from those who stayed away, for those who actually went to vote, there were about 30-something% who in the previous election, at least in the 3 swing regions, voted for Akufo-Addo. But this time, voted for John Mahama. So it's not just about those who stayed away,
listen, I don't
but
have
even with those who exercised
I don't
their
have a
vote.
problem with his viewpoint. I'm saying
It's not his
that-
view. It's just giving us the findings of the
Yeah, but the findings do not trump the findings given out by the results. The results show us that JDM's vote between 2020 and 2024 got a marginal increase. He say 30%. I don't see a 30% increase in JDM's.
No, you are misinterpreting what he's saying.
Oh, I am. This is what he's
Yes.
saying, and he's not misinterpreting the results.
No, Nana, he's saying that.
Where is the misinterpretation? Show me.
Nana, he's saying that.
No, show me from the results.
No, he's saying that for those who went to vote, those who said they voted for Akufo-Addo in 2020, when we asked them, 68%, 67% of those people who said they voted, so if there were 10,000
So
people.
30% of NPP supporters swung to JD.
He didn't say supporters. Of the supporters, he said 4%. He said those. Because you see,
those who voted.
Those who vote are not necessarily.
Yeah, fine. But, but how do you know? So those who voted for NPP in 2020, he says 30%
For
of them.
Akufo-Addo, yes, 30-something%.
But did Mahama get a 30% increase?
Oh, Nana, that's why I said you are misinterpreting it. You don't get
In
the
what
point I'm
way?
making.
Show me. 30% is 30%.
So, no, hold on. He says that when we did the exit poll, for all the people who said that they voted for Akufo-Addo in 2020, in terms of 2024, 67% said they voted for Bawumia. 33% said they voted for JDM.
So shouldn't JDM's vote go up by that much?
No.
No.
Why not?
Because you need to look.
Why not?
Nana, you need to look at that number. You must first of all identify that number. The number that constitutes those who voted for.
Anyway, let me
Akufo-Addo
give you another example.
It doesn't work that way.
In the 2020 elections, JDM got 1.5 million more as against 2016. Akufo-Addo got 1 million more. We interpreted it as meaning that there's a dip in the popularity. If somebody does an exit poll and say there's no dip and there's this and there's 10% and there's 30%, that's the accurate. We will
No,
look
there's
at
a dip. But what constitutes the dip? That's what this one does.
Yeah, but there's a dip, and the numbers of the dip have been shown.
Yeah.
500,000.
Yes.
Yes.
The only thing is that if you don't interrogate it this way, your diagnosis for why the dip will be wrong.
We have said that we are now going to go down there and find out what caused the dip.
Yeah.
For our purposes,
This is what we want to do based on the results.
Right.
And that's what we'll do.
Okay.
Somebody else too can have their own.
Right.
Doc, very quickly.
Okay.
So they gave me a nice pen.
You like it? Okay, I have the same thing.
Mm.
Very quickly.
It's a Good Morning Ghana pen.
It's branded?
Yeah.
Since when?
Very quickly.
Yes.
The heads of agencies.
Heads of agencies.
Who are engaged in last-minute, midnight recruitments and promotions.
Yes.
Which have far-reaching fiscal consequences on this economy. Should stop it.
Who are those people?
I have just intercepted this from Ghana Cocoa Board, signed by Francis Jemfi Okran, the Director of Human Resource, inviting hordes of people this morning, 11:45 a.m., to come for promotional interviews.
Promotional interviews today?
Today, at 11:45 a.m. Then there's another one I've intercepted. This is also signed by Joseph Boahin Edu.
That's the CEO.
Appointment letters at Cocoa Board.
Dated
9th December. I mean, what's going on here?
But Sammy, you have to be.
What's going on in this country? Look, it's going on at FDA. FDA, as we speak, this morning, more than 100 people. Yes, more than 100 people are going for interviews.
So why would you wait?
What is going on?
If people are due for promotion, you wait. When you have lost an election.
You've lost an election.
Listen.
And this have financial implications.
No. What it means is that it provides a field for inquiry.
So take your time.
No, but they should stop.
No. Don't come here and blanketly condemn. Say that you don't think the timing is suspicious, so you would investigate. That's what you should do. Do you know, these people came and they removed people from a state company, and up to now we are paying compensation to those people. So take your time, find out, when did the process start? What was the procedure? Did they go through the prescribed procedure and all of that?
I've done that.
Before you come out.
I've asked my deep throat sources. They didn't advertise. They are not following due process.
No, but you can establish that easily.
Yes, and I've done that.
No.
I've done it.
Not you.
Top management.
In fact, the NDC side of the transition has officially raised this with the MPP side.
Yes.
No, Randy, I'm saying that if I were in their shoes and I'm seeing some recruitment like that, I'll raise issues. But raising issues doesn't mean somebody is guilty. You have the opportunity now to review the process. If they didn't advertise, if they didn't advertise today, you will know. Because if they advertise, they will show you.
And it's the issue about principle. And yesterday I raised that.
Yeah.
When I put out this letter dated 17 December 2016 from the office of the then president-elect, addressed to the Chief of Staff, Office of the President, Republic of Ghana. That's Engineer Yausa Fomafu. 17 December 2016. Yeah. Decision of the co-chairs of the presidential transition team to suspend the recruitment of government statisticians, senior staff of the IOCO, and senior staff of other MDAs. I write to confirm our agreement reached on the above subject matter per our telephone conversation of December 17, which took place within the hour of 17 hours GMT as follows. 1. The current rush to recruit personnel at various MDAs appears improper and must be discontinued. Yeah. It is agreed that positions such as the government statistician and senior staff personnel of IOCO are highly critical and must only be carried out with the explicit consent of the transition team of the president-elect. It is mutually agreed that the recruitment of the government statistician and senior staff of IOCO and other MDAs shall therefore be suspended by the government. Considering the short duration of the transition period, we trust that any emergencies that may arise regarding the need for recruitment shall be considered on a case-by-case basis and with the explicit consent of the transition team and the president-elect, counting on your cooperation. Yours sincerely, Engineer Yausa Fomafu, representative of the president-elect, co-chair 2016 transition team. This was the position of the NPP side in 2016.
Exactly, and now look at what they are doing.
You see, but Randy,
yes,
we should move forward as a country.
Right.
If we have time, I was going to read to you the NDC's opposition.
Yes.
As espoused by Felix Kwachofosu.
Yes.
But we don't have time.
Yes.
So we must move forward. If there are anything suspicious, but it's not a witch hunt, or is it a witch hunt?
No.
There is every opportunity to review and show clearly where the suspicion is confirmed. Show clearly. Because like I said to you, we have this same kind of euphoria and some action was taken, and up to today, compensation has been paid for wrongful action against them. So let's not engage in euphoria, because we have the opportunity to do it properly. And I'm happy that the transition team is in place. Everything between now, I don't want to talk about past experiences, but everything between now and the handover, let's refract it through the transition. They have every opportunity. Even when the transition ends, you still have the opportunity. In fact, you even have a better opportunity. Okay? So let's take our time. If I read to you what some of your people said, it's the same thing. Let's move forward.
Are you recruiting at STC?
When I went to STC in the 2017, I was told that there have been hundreds of appointments and that we should do something. Took our time, reviewed them. You could see that there was a projection. Many of them were drivers. They were more than the number of buses, but there was a projection on the acquisition of it. So they had gone forward because it takes a long time for the driver to come and to train them and all of that. It takes like 2-3 months. But there was that suspicion that I was confronted with. To answer your question directly, why would we be recruiting if we don't need the people?
What about promotions?
I don't think STC is the best because it's a small company. What promotions are going to do? What are the positions? So, but I'm saying that when I got there, I was also told that my predecessor had engaged hundreds of people in the last 3 months. And so they were, hey, there's going to be massive dismissals. I set up a small team. We looked at it. The ones that were not justified were just a minute proportion. But there was that euphoria that it had been done 3 months before the exit. So we have the opportunity. Let's cut down the propaganda and go through it with the mechanisms that we have and establish where due process has not been followed.
Right.
We're talking of adverts. We're talking of interviews. If you can
appointment letters.
If you can show that these appointment letters have been issued without advertising, without interviews, and so on and so forth. I know one state institution. They did about 3 interviews. But I hear their name being mentioned that they've done some illegal recruiting. Let's take our time.
Okay. All right. So we'll leave it here. And the weekend is here, and everything you do, exercise moderation. Congratulations once again to Mr. and Mrs. Kofi Asante on your wedding anniversary. It's actually tomorrow, 23 years. Congratulations, yes. Congratulations.
More than you and me and Sammy combined.
Oh, it can't be combined.
No.
It can't be combined.
I've done 13 already.
Okay. I'm 6 weeks away from 14.
So it's about the same.
Okay. You are the youngest.
I've done 6.
You are my protege when it comes to that.
For now.
Because he didn't want to hang his gloves.
For now.
Anyway, so that'll be it. Up next is Metro Sports, but immediately the presser by the chairman of the NDC is ready. We would link you up there. But up next, Metro Sports. I'm sure that they'll be speaking about the Ghana Premier League matches, especially the big one, Accra Hearts of Oak versus Kumasi Asante, or Kumasi Asante Kotoko versus Accra Hearts of Oak at the Baba Yara Stadium on Sunday.
Hello?
Hello, please, is it the MPP headquarters?
Yes.
Thank God. Me pacho me joini mo bus and eko na rungu se me kotoa, but bus na tuwe jami. And now see me from no send me keska.
Navrungu.
Yes, please.
Hold on, let me check here there. Nabrongo on.
Me pachani.
Nabrongo results of one ademai. Kaya kumasi kura kamicha umomo. Madam, yanda nanti bro. Nanti bro why? Na ba form mo to no ya provide the basis amamo ya momo mubi 100 cedis 500 cedis above for car. Na mo ko to aba uko wa ko da boyfriend o go to aba no na ba za to eja o. Look Papa's way now. Please. Nancy Brown.
Please, it is not possible.
It is possible.
It is not possible.
Listen, Nancy, they are possible.
It is not possible. It is not possible. Oh.
Waka.
Oh.
Madam Waka, why? It is possible to walk from Navrongo to Accra. Waka.
Oh. It is not possible.
Mom, ya say kase ya dia babu to bu go to aba mo ko ye ya cha mo mo ma li dia mo ni anwo de ma mo nyina yi mo papa mo Hello?
Hello, please, is it the MPP headquarters?
Yes.